no mukum ye preko enti say we ye mobile money bia say wo send sika ma wo bia aban ne say obeji sika ni mu 1.75%. Obi team you already no wo send sika through mobile money. Telecommunication agencies know the value chain in an Joe fee of 1%. It will send 1,000 cedis. We bet you a fee of 1%, which is 10 cedis. It's all man penya kufu ado se telco so no cry na omo ade na omo dia no omo je 1%, but no there obeji almost double, obeji 1.75. The value chain in a fee of 1%, but no there beji 1.75. Next year, so we 10 cedis ni via Dr. Bawumia Joe Bawumia tax of 17 cedis, 50 pesos on every 1,000 cedis. It is a 10,000 cedis are Bawumia Joe 17, you can say 175 Ghana cedis. That is 1.75 million sikadadano for 10,000. That is Bawumia tax ya diabetu momoso.
E-levy.
It is called digital tax. It is called Bawumia tax.
Who said that?
I am telling you that. That is how I understand it. Because I know and I impose
Parliament, the House of Records, a e-levy.
It's a high any parliament. High any parliament.
But you are quoting from a parliament.
I'm not quoting from a parliament. I'm telling you what the tax is. Because that who is the champion? MPP for me to say all their digital initiatives. Or no, Dr. Bawumia. Near the e-levy.
Asempa FM.
Bawumia tax. Obi. And no nanche no. Abayne say. Unya kase. Ube transfer sika through your bank account to anybody. Why we sika na that account to mu a transfer ama obi. Udibia. We get in the kitao. We say o supplier bi a o ma wonyema wukuma se won kan. O to ade won ho. Enese na krono ne insecurity robbery adri. Nti o ye ne bank transfer unko yi sika ni kita. Adaya aja Dr. Bawumia krasi yenye cashless society anameboa. Yenti the use of money so. Nti o transfer sika no de ama wo supplier. Enya adwuma wa yenye so fa so wudwetire. Aban ne say wajimu 1.75. Nti say wo ye a transfer of 1 million Ghana cedis ye wudwetire na wudidi wudwa. Say wo de kwa manone, say wo de kwa Ghana. Aban ne say wajimu 17,500 cedis. 175 million on 1 million Ghana. So, 10 million the obeje. Or more transacting business in big figures. Or any business crown what they ye what or dying kwa kutriaka.
Asempa FM.
Are you getting me? Unya transfer says you can buy nese maje. O pesa wucho bisika. Ebia o mame yare. O papa yare. I was saying we have school fees. We see me ye bank transfer and I me ye mumu. Sika obe send the buy nese maje 1.75.
But all those details were not in the budget.
But that is what it means. Because what they wrote in the budget is English. They said all electronic transactions, including Momo transactions,
Momo transfers, bank transfers.
Bank transfers in HS. I don't know.
But I said the specific transfers are
no. They have even
Asempa FM.
FAQs. What they have frequently asked questions and answers are or much say bank transfers. The only bank transfer and can where you say why would this fee one bank acquire another bank, but the account is yours. Any other bank transfer, why would seek? So look at those who build houses, who sell houses, or more so fanyama. Obi wo ha ni betro di you might be 500,000 cedis. Or soma e the money supply or China. Na ye dia your container dia mano. You see unya ye bank transfer na yajimu 1.75 on your capital, not profits. Because taxes there nka ye impose on incomes or you here on revenue, on profits. But say ye sika kitame ye she mi bottom no for just transferring it oje 1.75 no. Ni who be that? It is the most absurd, the most draconian, the most wicked tax measure I've ever heard of. Now, as someone edeba beba Ghana no be anyasem ketwa. Die hu kra wo mu ne se Osan so see a free be inward remittances. And no me friend boga tax. The boga tax ni train nyina ne say Ghana ni awo amanone. Amanone no outside Ghana nti Togo ni Liberia nyina ka ho. Say wo UK, say wo US. Baby awo bia brochire for mutie dwuma die pa muntie miye. Omampanya kufu ado say wo ma me yare papa yare na wo disike be fie se yemfa nto aduro mana obeje 1.75. O say unua bia na wo faase bia na wo baby school fees o send sika ifra manone na eba obeti sika no so obeti sika no so
Asempa FM
5%. O say wo wakoye adwuma miensa wo abruchiri. Wo da 4 hours. Wo bobo sika no a say wo baba be si 3 bedroom bi wo Ghana. Na wo send abusuafo sika se yemfa nkoto cement na nyema mawo a. Enyama wo de be yede beto ama wo ni nyina no obeje wo tax o.
Asempa FM.
Say wo nya ye MoneyGram. And now Western Union penno waje 1.75. Enti se say the oma tax Ghana for say boga for so ye tax omo. I say what be paying them that obi. Anything obi anything even a sorry po churches should listen to me. Ye cap Dr. Bawomi asemo people don't understand. And obi don't laugh o. Any person ye kano. Ukwa sorry bia ye say tight crown ye tua mobile money. They said, yeah, Dr. Bawomia say, what will be quite sorry, I will your tax, I will be you soon momo no. On your pro tax 10% no, or be just 1.75. Or no bet in the 1.75 for free.
You heard that in the budget?
No, but what does it mean? Once you use mobile money to pay for anything, whether it is a collection of a tree, whether it is tighter, what's a coin yam Dr. Bawomia say, or bet Tisika no 1.75 no waji. That is the meaning of the tax. And I just yes, I catch me.
No, I've not seen the detailed bill.
You have seen the statement.
The details.
You see a bit charging Momo transaction. The only exception, transaction less than 100 cedis.
Yes.
And upon one day, we send 50 Ghana Ma Jackson. Now we send 50 Ma Chum. Now we send 50 Ma Dominic Abro 100 and no you bet 1.75. Yeah. We kaya ye ni. We treat trotro. We treat taxi. We students. Ejuma wuye biara. Tiemi yo, ejuma wuye biara. This will affect you. It will affect children, it will affect grown-ups, it will affect women, it will affect the poor. Obia usika sa wodia ye ejuma, sa wonfa ye ejuma. Uboni a waye ne se. One person who make it sika. Now we say what you want to use a digital platform to buy something or to yebejo. Obi na nim die hu. And ne
Asempa FM.
Uber normally ye their card, ATM card na ye. Nti Uber ni kwesi wa untua cash na yate through card so. Unya use card e the through Uber. Uber ni na ju sika wie no. Dr. Bawomi abe charge you extra 1.75. Eno no sa Uber fee no utua ma na ko Dr. Bawomi ani aban ho. O deliveries. Unu ade wo internet so. Instagram. Ha o pesa wo to. Adia wo de beto bia say ye ATM card say your Mastercard ye aduane ye dia Dr. Bawumia say waje 1.75
but nkofo creative business
kind of
omo creative businesses on Instagram ne ade no ye deliveries nkofo turn your online. You think the state should not benefit anything?
So you impose VAT on them, then taxes that everybody pay. So you are saying say
how would you impose that VAT?
Say
it is my creative be on Instagram. Me am here. Now what about my Instagram page? Where who are the crown? Me see 20 cities on Asempa FM. Oh, the delivery can who are 27 cities. What transfer 27 cities na money? Delivery guy.
Now me fear cash as well. Obey that the tax.
Say your cash assembly.
No, if me say upon delivery, say will be any ate.
Yes.
It mean for card into a beam. Deliver it to me and let me pay cash. Or the aircon, what it will happen is buying digitization efforts from comfort time in 2004 till now. No, I buy way the actually 2 decades. Because then me se misika da banga na me de be juma men transfer Emma Dr. Bawumia nyimu 1.75. Who bondok? Me yisika na kasi yenshia me fan share because omo business is hobby. Sometimes in a month they do about 10 transfers. And these are huge sums. Not be 1.75 just for transferring money without working with the money to make anything on it. Government is stealing from you. This is pure thievery.
How is it thievery?
Thievery because you are not charging me
Asempa FM
revenue or income or profit. But me and Missy Kedam account for just transferring it to my mother or my brother, you are taking 1.75. Where your chrono? There is no such tax in Ghana today.
But for just transferring it to your mother, the telco will take you 1%. So telco
that is mobile money.
Yes,
and we're paying at 10 Ghana cedis. So now even when you go above 1,000 Ghana cedis, still they take Dr. Bawumia the idea. We have 1 million or better 1.75%. Look at the amount involved. 17,500. And the higher the money, the higher the tax. Are you getting me? And I said, of course, in the value chain, if they are taking 1% fee, now even after 1,000 cedis, no more fees here. Why is Dr. Bawumia and the MPP alone taking 1.75? Obi, broche ni akwakwa ye adwuma also ye monogram yes ya je tax. Meanwhile, enyema na wodi sika no akwakwa ye no say a business na me ye na me transfer sika ma me supplier. Enyema wode beto bia metua VAT ye den e wo so dada. Are you getting me? So I am transferring the money to my supplier to make payment, which already includes tax, VAT and other taxes I have paid. What's it that bulk money which includes my tax and so tax? This is double taxation. Now, Obi, this is not the only thing. Say you went and you can
is that not for the incidents of double taxation? There was a proper details, a fleshing out.
All the details are in the budget. The budget has been presented. A buying across all the further details are back. And they are making any a buying further details in baby anywhere bobra. Say baby bako bobra. You can tell me.
1,000 young persons employed under NAPCO, 344,000 households being given a lifeline under the LEAP program, amongst others,
FM.
and continue to be funded. Ladies and gentlemen, the rapid post-pandemic rebound is as a result of the economic turnaround program and the solid foundation we built between 2017 in 2019, marked by an annual average of 7% between 2017 and 2019.
Anytime I feel lonely, feeling sad, only one station makes me happy. When I wake up in the morning, only this station makes my day. Yeah. Oh, Asempa. Asempa, Asempa FM. Asempa, Asempa, Asempa FM. Oh, Asempa, Asempa, Asempa FM. Asempa, Asempa, Asempa FM. 94.7.
Yamin Shamu. Yeah, that's it. You're some money, beer. Summary, your paper said in Babishia, our highway be away move at the tray. Say, Michelle Benkumsua, your NDC and parliamentary candidates for the 2020 elections. More my name is for her. Penny for a best was a Bama Musone Amama Kwaba. Face of your national executives of the NDC. Miami Deputy Jumedi Penny for our more sentimental Hama NDC. See one now, so my boy. Amaya organizing FFC Ashanti Regional Exec led by the regional secretary Omoha Momo Musuni Makwaba. I understand that there were young for I walk in Kumasia Pomu and Pajabo Ham with me. And understand there are students from other institutions. We will be acknowledging you. We advertise that we will start this. It is 1 p.m. and we intend to start. Nana, ye befi jumedi na sano. E wasi nyina ye hia wa. Se wohwe machi a potaka se ntwere gu ha se ye town hall meeting. The second SC manual the Rubo any kita the communications bureau ashese for award the 16 regions of Ghana ebedin komo ebedin afagana mpuntu ne Ghana nkanko ho edikan ewo nkan enne na browa ayi pomafri kwamu a ye toso mienu osekrum Ghana city of Ghana Kumase. Now, nyama mienu ne si ye ni so kan se ye bedi nkomo afa Ghana sikasem gina bia oman no sikasem sensitie
Asempa FM
nyama ana enkoye e pa jo me bisamu nyama koyi ana enkoye enso mpempi no omanpenyi otia konwa so onene ene nasoafo kasa omutwa mfonyin foforo ene de kire yen afa akukudan ene mpenyufo ewo ye party nimu a omote men sikasem ase ene omen sikasem hyehyɛ ese nisi omba be baba nsem nimu enkankan 2022 budget state ni yehu ye economy no the fapem ene bibia ejina sisi etosum yenu eye etoa omanpenya Haji Bawumia ne boss the president of the Republic of Ghana e otia konwa suyi e de ba oman Ghana mu omo hyehyɛ ne se omo de sato yi ye friend no ile ba ni diankasa de Bawumia tax ni diankasa de zen ebeko emrahye bedwam ama mahwe ehun kratasem ehun mra na so mo begia tubo mo bagia tubo agu a o ma ba agu sa levy na sen so o se ye mra hye bedwafo editum ana e wo so na se levy no etwa ensunsuan so ben ne benya no wo Ghana ni wasita brabo eno nkomo ne ne ye ba bedi Ghana sikasem jinabia the obnoxious levy policy na mefre akasafo a ene mo ne ye ebedi mame acknowledge radio stations ewa asante mantem ha ene enkran a ye di almost streaming live on their esteemed platforms. As we move along, stations are live across the other regions of Ghana and also yebi omo ache. Wokumase ha yewo adeshe 99.1 FM, Kumase 100.1 FM, Kesben TV,
Asempa FM,
Kesben 93 FM, Utek 100.9 FM, Time 96.9 FM, Time Dom Peace 97.5 FM, Virgin FM, and YFNA Asempa FM 1. Asante Achem Agogo. So regions, we are live on radio stations. Ghana for ETA. We are live on United Television, Asempa 94.7 FM, Pan African TV, TVZ, Ahoto 92.3 FM, Kesben 92. And Power 97.9.
Asempa FM.
These are the station program live, and if you want to also follow the program live, Wizard TV on Facebook and our NDC communication page, Facebook and answer Twitter will be to me follow Jumedie live. ebi a yɛduru na santimantem na dwumadi a yɛdi si regional NDC secretariat na so nti no yɛbɛto yɛn nsa frɛ trɔtrɔfoɔ panyin ɛma NDC amanyoku wasantimantem yɛwura comrade Kwame Zu na ɔde akɔ abasɛm abrɛ yɛn next 2 minutes yɛmɔ yɛn nsɛm ani yie.
Yo, Comrade Sami Jemfi, you better was Rafua Eshawai, Majina Demo Chairman, Nana Akwesi, any Napawa Tuju, regional executives, former entry candidates, former appointees, Council of Elders, any constituency name ama obibia akwaba sonko eba sa dwumade ye wo idikese se sa dwumade beba awiye no bia bede ismanyuko eni yen mache bedwa for 137 ewo pepa ma ganman atiesa mamuna ebiom yedamose.
Nti yɛnsa dwumadie bɛhyehyɛ so na ɛnɛ yɛ speaker odi ka bɛdi nkɔmmɔ about the theme for this topic and the e-levy ɛyɛ yɛ maame a hyɛ bɛdwani ɛma Techima North constituency or of the Health Committee of Parliament and the Appointments Committee of Parliament. NDC mu yakase, we have the men and we have the women. You know, see. And I'm saying, asemu aye kanofa Ghana for nyina mutitru emma. Ye pese.
Asempa FM.
Emame Honorable Elizabeth Jare. Obeba. Na in the next 30 minutes. One in common. Me patcho mo yensem ye emfa ma no. Na ma say ye nuano mo amu ni nyina akonwa no edos nti obi antena asema NCC or movements. This
yo mini Sami Jemfi me da wase. Edi kan ya chia we wo ha nyina. Enti me 30 minutes no yom. Me Ghana for a if you ene omjibre e babiti ene edikan me pese ebo yewura Sami Jemfa so NDC for akokwa reswa NDC for say obo adwuma papa no pomodin wagina national executives anemu ene aba yewura nya Michelle Medinshia emu edu na emu edin every NDC parliament any leadership ho e dey bre kumasefo any Ghana nyina banso ye nyina yera excellency John Dramani ma osion na Ghana onimsa e de na so ye no papa enche kura ebeba ene se de yera Sami je ye ba ya ye ban ya be hwese de Ghana ye sika semoti na hwe e11 so baby a ede ye ko na se wan ka hwe kura be twan fo yi kakra bi a kyerɛw Ghana ye sika me no akoye te se 2016 na ye ruwa John Drama wa peka apa fenti ka ye ofe
Asempa FM
se den wa pene kama na why ask ni da nanim e no de kan a che se okọ nanim na ode akọ asase pa baby so na o chidi a bonchi bonka kese pada ho okọ no fofi a 2016 e na mani see form ene ye di yura ekufu ado betena kan ye di betena mu no ne anim se de nanim de ho toten no nka obetia ode akọhwe nkwa na natene ma ode share bezia no ene ehagatam na me hwɛ ye no so ka hye gatami na nka ye boy ye ho mo boa na na yi inse so be boa yen ama ya boa no ya gota na economy hyem no obepia anwe gu so na akona sepa ede be na wakofa ba ebe ko eno ene ye fe no e-levy ni dini na pa de bro fudin pa de electronic transaction levy na obebisa say da ben na ye hu sa levy ye ma hye bedwafo kra no ye hu levy no November ya hu aban no de ni akɔnho asɛm ebeto parliament anim ba mi sio kakra na economy ni say de wan den no o ma benu si na November or the akɔnhomasi ka no be anim aban bia wasɛdeɛ ne sɛ wo no be kɔ na wie ya e wo sɛ wo de afi na anim na kɔntoma sika ebeto ɛkɔ na NDC for ye be hu sɛ sana na de e-levy na hia ɔne ya anwen ho ɛnu nti NDC for responsible opposition because we know that a government in waiting the empese aban inuma be basa enti approve policy no man approve estimate and appropriation say be ya aban betu adokafo a omo bre ehwe yenka say be ya aban betu etia ya approve man na mom e-levy de ye kisensen ye ni mframa mu say si technically ya approve e-levy me ba approve dia kofa die ya approve anke ka ho asema eden palta ansana tax ubetumi agye no e wosa bill eba parliament na se do so mu wie na eya na aban no de ne nsa hye ansana ye be hu se abaye no die aban wo de sa enti se de me no ka say parliament bill no eda ho enu ntimi ba be ya no say ye ne efe no e-levy no na e-levy de ebe hia e-levy a me be ka ho asem e like ya ba ye fe no electronic transaction levy bill 2020 enu na aban de to parliament say na ho asem ni say so one of the law na enu na aban ahye say transactions bi a ndebo boso no obejo 1.75 na me ton kosia nya me fa na krensie yesi kosia wura ye mo ne bosia e breaking crime two na o see time na wo send this kana o di kana 1.7 breaking crime ojiria afi di o kwayo ho ya cost section 21 a was second schedule no e ho na abe ye kwan ya faso a obeji ensika edi kamemi wo MTN
Asempa FM
no sika wo MTN na aban oje me 5 so wo ti go so na me free MTN brewa ono so 5 owie no nwie yo so wo sika wo ba pese wo ibegu momo ne so a aban eje 1.75 so now the control bank account ma aban oyi 1.75 o say see say who what cotton did you stand out to the cry ye free ayentua wabre hu ofu tuam kakra wo to ko ma wo kawura no aban say ojo 1.7 momo no say be I be tiase enie a network bi na be ya ma e bia MTN no wacho ent dada na eraba so teaching ye na se a wo kogi sika wo ache 1% dada enti se wo wie waduma sa nkrofo yi on betu tax amaban wo woti omo kana no mati bia man enti wo sika na wo kogi na ban die be na waye wo munti a eso 1.75 said ye be ya e beti ase pa nie omo no account no eti se wa boss no e bo wa bossin wasin e wodwom no a wo pum no eno na e electronic id to phone so no bags kana egumu no mono it is a savings account it is a well yet you car yet tax every it is a finance no we say wo ton beko no finance na de sika na to ho na obi ta wo de ahye ho sa momo that is all finance ya o ti me ba wa bosom e me chill 1.75 o bi me bag mu e me NDC came and to me 1.75
Asempa FM.
Na bishwe tax de wako ye adwuma wonya mfaso e beji bie enya sa na so we me no nyina ye adwuma wo shufa na yetua ye ka 500 cedis na me de edimisika me moanwa na sika na sei na ban wakotwa sika na fokotwa sika na de nam so do sika na to phone so enti amane ntete na ban ase sika akotwa me no nyina ye ko baabi na ye koto ade na me de me yi mi sika botre na me di me ni 1.75 ka ne mo wa wo ye kra ye raba a wo do sika na ewu mu so a wo di star wo pay kro na ya tax awie no ebetua no aban si osajo 1.7 aban 11 wo mo maka ya sorry bi sare no opa especially ahoho ba sare no opa especially ahoho ba ko fini ama mutu ya se manento mu wi se me manento mu wi ma se nyina asa o se okay ye gubotom bi afagum ebi na ban person waji ye VAT waji ye income tax waji ye tax bia be enti 11 ne de nyoma make yes aba onyanye ho tom no fagum na ko sokala afia yes aye enunti ye donkuma ye wo mrahye bedwam no ye ne saade aban person de bay e de ahokyere apinisie baba krom ha titiro ye ma ene ye maso di enti na me o ye ni wa ope o ma me betimi ayare ena me ye o MP ana besumadi asembo ma be fie he na mete enti kuma se die minim ha pa ni bia ka chem sebo me mami wo ji enti me se wa abrami 200 Ghana na dra mo asem ni o service men na mkai so na ma fe me chant bi se wadaroma madam fi ma me mami 2 odi 200 neighbor na 1.75 yate na me phone so 200 dem come my we ya bia o so na me spend dia brew yate me 1.75 won so ma abrewa ontime nante wo mo ma akoma no ni asante 5 after you do pharmacy ho no betia ya sante no 1.5 aden abai kura wo adwuma ne wo be pe adwuma mrante ne maba waye abai wasedian insurance na o ma me yare a okwa ye hwe no a na doctor for nyame nhira o se obokoso bo adwuma den even in the difficulty obra hwe nyoma kro be toro kra wa bre ne ho na waye watwe drama wa bi no be ko no rasta enko ye ni ntino wo be ko ma me aduro no onya ntina wa be ka na wo de ko hwe ma me yare abanye dwuma wa anye no o san beti du ho no ma me kesi wo na no be wuo na ibisa aban se wo enya hwe ama wase a no ana enti kuma ye wo mra hye bedwam no ye si ye nti sa tax wo yase a enye pra eye ne papa ho efise ye wa badaye aize Ghana economy na ye din me ka kire mu edika hye bon enti ye de ye legends we are trying to survive enti say be survive dia ye me ma aban ensan emfa wo bi emecheche Ghana foko se wo to aba mo bi a wo to an se mra hye bedwam na on hye ya be boa o man no na onye because NDC for yen tax yen tax if you say aban no ode nioma na emo tax ya eni sunsan so yen timen so if you say panyin for say so o ye panyin na say na wan ka hwa yɛka nankawefo a yɛde wobɛka ho ɛyɛ mmarahyɛ bedwam yɛyɛ dɔnkuma bi ne ɛtena hɔ na yɛpene yɛ asokɔdeɛ wei ba yɛka yɛ ɔmo a ɔmo de tax na ba yɛbɛka yɛ aka ho to NDC foɔ deɛ yɛmpɛ sɛ yɛbɛsosɔ adeɛ bi a ɛde ɔhaw apɛnisi ɛne yɛne ɛbɛba Ghana yɛwohwɛ a tax nko a ɛbɛtumi ase enwuma ɛfiri sɛ ɔmo a ɔmo yɛ mu ba nko a no sɛ woka sɛ wokan ɔmo a no in 2016 no ne over 107,000 nkurɔfoɔ a ɛsɛ adwuma na adwuma biara woyɛ a anaa mmara biara woyɛ a wohwɛ biribi a ɛfrɛ no international sɛ lɔyafoɔ ɔdi asɛm a yɛwɔ court no district circuit court high court court of appeal and a supreme court sɛ so asɛm a ɛkyekyere court of appeal ɛkyekyere high court ɛne court ɛwɔ fam hɔ nyinaa ɛtɔ bi na wodi asɛm a mmara bi a wokɔ akɔfa aba no ɛnyɛ yɛsu ka nanso so aburokyire kuro bi a mɛfa ne sɛ ɔne yɛ mmara no yɛpɛ a wahwɛ a yɛfrɛ no persuasive authority ɛno wotumi de ka asɛm ɛma judge gye tom enti deɛ yɛka ne sɛ e-levy sɛ Uganda yɛ na Kenya yɛ a Cameroon ɛnkyekyere Ghana po deɛ ɔmo charge transaction no ɛnyɛ sika no ɛno mpo ama saa mmom adwuma yi agu na mmara a ɛbɛma nipa over 107,000 adwuma abɔ ɔmo deɛ aban bɛn na ɔti asɛm a
Asempa FM.
ɛnso na Akufo-Addo aban yi ayɛ aban bi a ɔka bi a ɔnka bi ɔyɛ n'adwene sɛ ɔbɛyɛ a deɛ ɔbɛyɛ a na ɔbɛyɛ sɛdeɛ dɛ medi kan aka no sɛ wobɛyɛ bill a wopɛ sɛ wobɛ act na wo start bill ade a ɛdi mu akotene pɛ ɛsɛ sɛ ɔyɛ ɛfɛ no sɛ stakeholder consultation ɔmo a adekodeɛ ne fa ɔmo ho no ɛwɔ sɛ wode ɔmo di nsawɔsoɔ ɛfiri sɛ nyansa ɛnte baakofo tim ɔno ɔyɛ n'adwuma no sɛ wobɛyɛ mmara bi na wo ne ne ka ho asɛm a wobɛtumi akyerɛ wo mmara no deɛ woyɛ a ɛbɛha adwene ne deɛ ɛnha adwene meka sɛ yi nkana na Akufo-Addo ɛne ɔmo a ɔmo yɛ momo kasaeɛ a kɔmbɛka biribi akyerɛ no ɔne telcos ne kasaeɛ a kɔmbɛka biribi akyerɛ no mpo sɛ nkɔne mmarahyɛ badwafoɔ no a ɔba yɛ hɔ sɛ yɛmmɛyɛ mmara no kasaeɛ a nka ɛbɛka biribi akyerɛ no yɛhu sɛ e-levy ɔpɛ sɛ ɔgye ɛyɛ economy no ɛna akrahye ɛna ɔpɛ sɛ ɔsave no obi sɛ yɛmpini e-levy no what are the alternatives sɛ nkana na baeɛ hɔ a nka yɛn dɔnkum a yɛwɔ mmarahyɛ badwam no yɛne kumasefoɔ yɛne Ghanafoɔ kɛbɛka kyerɛ ne sɛ ɔnkɔhwɛ Auditor General's report the year ending 2020 odi obi a ɔnkɔ akyire koraa page 2 hɔ a Auditor General aka sɛ sika boro 12 billion cedis na yɛayera into kɛtasehyɛ ɛne nneɛma a woyɛ a ɛmfata we lost over 12 billion cedis to corruption and irregularities in the year ending 2020 eti nka yɛbɛka kyerɛ nana sɛ saa sika no okɔdi akyire a ɛdɔɔso kyɛn e-levy 6.9 billion a ɔɔpɛ no 6.9 billion no ɔpɛ koraa ɔnya ɛfiri sɛ mmara ne ba so a nipa pii bɛhwɛ kwan a ɔmbɛfa so a ɔmbɛsɛnde ɔmo sika a ɔmo nyusu mbomo enti saa 6.9 no power project no ɔnya na mpo obi kan asɛm sɛ for the purposes of this argument menka sɛ obɛnya sɛ de saa 6.9 ne nyinaa ma no mpo na ɔde kɔto Ghana fotuo no mu na corruption ko a ɛntimi nsɛvise because corruption and irregularities no Auditor General aka no ɛno nko a ohia 12 billion na ɔde asɛvise enti yɛntena se na yɛmɛkyinkyim yɛ maame mo kɔn yɛmɛmiamia yɛn nsa ɛnyɛ 6.9 million only to finance corruption. The answer is no. Eti nkebesa ka kyerɛ nana sɛ some of the alternatives obetumi anya sika ne sɛ okɔpam ataade a yɛsi you cut your coat according to the size of your cloth sɛ ntoma ɛyɛ 2 years a wontumi nka sɛ wobɛhyɛ mi buubu yi bi ɛnso yɛbɛpam short dress ama wo ntoma no deɛ yɛbɛso yɛbɛpam ama wo wontumi nka sɛ kyinkyin atwan ntoma yɛ 2 years ɛnso deɛ obubu ɛbɛpra fam yɛnyɛ ne saa eti na naba ya nkebɛka kyerɛ ne sɛ ɔyɛ yɛ president the comfort ɛho hia yɛn enti no sɛ otu kwan na nkɔda jet man ka yɛpɛ nanso so yakɔ homa sika no ɛnso saa enuru saa kind of lifestyle no nti nkebɛsrɛ ne sɛ on for plane and a boyful. And I say, Yaya DNA or other president in Wefrono. I do Bokoba Bokon, count friend one. No friend was the canny baby, Becca. I'm an eye the opa, oh here e levy. And Kaibe someone and who say, AD for a special assistant for Naiti Omokano, and who name fast for. What's your Moswa? Sikani Bebre, Becca. Amanka e levy, oh here. Say, Dientia, yea, don't come my woman, Rashabe Germano. Yea, I say, e levy, a costro never for ma, yea, penny say. Justification noa, nane canoa, and toyasum papa. Say the midi can't kind of say what the Upeso yamra, what the bill nebeba. Bill no, what the BBF memorandum beba. Memorandum basically gives you the justification for bringing that bill, which will culminate into an act. Now, you share memorandum and another buy, and that's them say Ghana hire bro 18 million na. And what say yetimitia tax. And so more or my so betiano, crowd mutiano, ebeye 2.4, and about 56,000 people penna. Oma di omo pa abase ombeti tax enti se okomo moso dia obeti ngaji gie nyina yesika na na refi se ono ampo se dipa 2.4 etia eti sa dipa 2.4 de etia no osan ye momo na obeyi omo afima na no obesan gie omo bio nipa 58 on ma yi omo yem se omo betia no momo no omo ka ho na omo nka ho ade bi wo ho a na oboni be ka se lazy man's approach. Say a buying per se nipa bebritia taxa, a who pine wo. Se wo bay mua, Casacre, say a beya nipa no gisicano, na odi beya, the nipa ne who say, Sikaka cran and aji, when or yaye, over Tibia can cry anything. If they say I'm for a chen into a so, your mouth kitwa, now you're one your mouth cassia, me bois. And pay for baby say, Uko free, Kusi, Abasana Utia, or Chimu, a crania sandia free. Na say Ukosi. Kusie basakra wentu ya obi ama ohwebio enti de eka na nane se kakra na wagege ne so timi de ya ade magana fo hu se sika oji ye we no de aye ti se de ye rama ha ma abre so no hu se utua tax kra da wani ache ade enti na me kasa utwem a e blocker etwem bebia
Asempa FM
se afei hospital kama for mena for nyom hospital kama kumawu kama obi ahwe schools ta osie akwanya oye ye kumasi kegetia ene unam kumasi kegetia so na America eti anya me nwanwa kwase kumasi be ye American ampa mahama daroma kumasi ye American ampa nipa saa no utua tax mana enye oya nemom obetua tax obeti na box for oil esibia se so behwe ma na enko seye nipa kro ne agina na ma ne kọ ehese ne oma basa e basa no a etuotua no enye nika enti kwa bebre wo so a aban be fa obetumi atua tax eno bi ka kire me se na NDC for ade na mo nkire nana de obeye na onye na economy ni nyeye ena me se ye gusu ye be kire no so obefa eye baako onfa so onu nanim ne mpo obefa enti se de ya ayeye o se mpanyifo ka se obi bebuo ma wasu enti se de wa awusu ye be kire na 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 ye economy ni ya enti se de excellency John Dramani Mahama no akasa edim na oye amana ye yi enti because we are gathering in waiting no kakra ye betimi ye be kire no de obefa nso ebeboa no se na na mfa nso a minim se adechien Ghana for enim de omobeye ilevi hu nyoma amekan obia abede di pepe se ilevi no emfaso bi ani so e ma Ghana sa abre ya meka say if you say it is just taxation on your income on your capital well usika na odidi dwa no bebe ma on scenario bi ube hu say ilevi nkwa betimi ahye usika ene covid ache nyansa covid amaye hu say ehu hia se da ne adre bia ubetu kwan say ukofa wonyoma enti so okay tia ha na wo tontoma ubetumi ayemu akoma obi wo makola na ode ontuma na bre ode amaka na ode abre mpacho yenye bi sada nene de na nade be kire ne se udwetire na Odia mobi e o makola se onfa ne oma ne mre ono unya nkoton hwe yo nana episode didim 1.75 na so do sika no mane sa ampredu a ne yeto 1.75 sa ampredu a udwetire no enhynwie enti se ka se ye mpene yi levi na enye boapayo tax papa ba ye besososo de ye sisie ba ye nsososo enti ne kese ye gya nana se no be ye yen oni ba omia said yes, about tax, no, about tax, I won't check tax, no, ye jay omo, na sa tax we baswa, sa, how no, and never we see customs. Oh, yeah, Juma, let's say ye two sika, send ye any fine son, no, a tax on your income, it is fair. Name mum say, woo, obebre, now I got to a city now, what on so no, what is it tax ma by you? Obi better, what about the VAT or the court? Bosumi swa, income tax, for my budget court, a junior by a tax. It's after a cow gets in a no fast walk a crana by a tetas a no. So sign the Apofadia, a bind C, NDC 4, Yanyan if you're high, now on sign you musicani bio. Yanyan if you're high, money sicani bioana. And unti, none say me quite sorry, the software say, Sa levi noa mokoko tokano, and tokwa enyefe. And I'm so software part. Nemum or okay ni bread. Ujai or one or call the baby on your she. Now could see a wood ya so dear or becow any bread. Nadano e no crown, mean Cassayani a contoqua. Yen shad you, Secotoko, any house a bon match. Now 10 minutes to the match, the Yashanon, any the Yen Shannon, why I didn't talk about. The Yashan didn't talk about. Then I 11 no, not NDC for your door, HMP4. And see a bed and I didn't talk about. Omo no musa no omo nim se ye to aba na ebedi omo no man to kwani ba ya enu nti aba no amaso no na oji di se ye ko ye no omo ye 138 and ye 137 na so pepepe and na speaker te hɔ a enko mbeko ka to akonya kra nko mu mfiu nanso nam se omo pese omo sisiye na ya mpini nti and e de ntɔkware ko bae ani sen emra yedi ye adwuma e ofie ho no emra yedi ye adwuma ofie ho no se uye speaker anasa uye member mpo na ye ma obetenem se una ubeche na obeye speaker ye to aba wontu bi ubeka se ne se uye MP na untu aba ni bi se me ye MP for Techman North me do parliament na ye mi speaker se Techman North for omanima banyam ana me boa baby right one responsibility so wo if you say abroni say you cannot be a judge in your own cause what we bu atan no ye 2 years ka say we eyes they have it the nose don't have it no wo to obani bibi enye enso da no ye wura wo se wusu oyo nipa mani so no pa oyo mi senior e wo loyem now so me hu say MPP no ye nipa papa kra ye bi try so dom man why ade kra wo mpe if you say ka say the eyes have it the nose have it wa pe I can I no canoa e abato ya to aba na wie enu nti no wa wo be ka say e bi e ka say the eyes have it na no for it there bia ye be kan keke ya to aba na wie etu utimi san fa ho nkohyem if say wa nto aba na bi na ye wo mra hye bedwam e ho na ye mra ba bi ye mra no e wo sese ye de ye moja kora e kire se e mra no udi so ye ntwen e ma obi ense mra e wo mra hye ebedwafie enunti asempa if you say yes na ye nhwe han ama ya ye hye mra no omabuso enunti ya mpene amasa ade no amaso me pese me ka asemba akobi na me de kire Ghana for 11 no e de ye koyechi if you say e wo se Ghana ye encourage ye ni be ye a cashless society a ye nkurekure sika na sika enenam mframam na ye adwuma se ye 11 ya e be man krofo de om sika ahye om bag mu ama yakoyechi eto so biom ye NDC MPC de ende mi gina yewura Haruna Idusu a oye minority leader ye leadership NDC mpanyifo any NDC for aka kire Kumasefo aka kire Ghana for say omoto aba ma nipa 137 NDC MPs dem bia ye beto aba wo 11 no 137 MPs yebeto abanetia yo mebo hobio me say Ghana for to aba ema NDC for 137 MPs deba bia yebeto aba no on e-levy say yempene matters could ye way emedi Ghana ma time Ghana ma edwomfo ewu no yen NDC MPs yebeto aba netia na die wom ne say debi wo ho a 137 no ebehye go debi wo ho soso a ebekokọ na ase ne sen eba say ye pese mra we ye adwuma ye hia simple majority Ghana for to aba no 137 ma MPP for eno moto 1 ma independent candidate ono no ye MPP ni dada enti ye resia ma de ne ho adom MPP for amo my majority caucus of 138
Asempa FM
ato Ghana for nyina ntie ni ye yen NDC MPs ye bu ye ho pa yen kwaji obisika yenim se adwuma na eda yenim no eso chen sika ankrankura bia betimi agi ahye ne bag Ghana yiye die Ghana nkankro na hia yen ti ase se adechien so mu 138 ne ba na omo beto na ye 137 ne ba na omo beto a 11 ne beba so me kan e biomo MPP4 a 138 majority caucus 11 ye hia simple majority enunti se yekọ na MPP4 ni nyina betena se 138 na omo to aba no a 11 no ebeba so nemom se eba so mpa NDC for ye pese eba so a ye nsa ho eni fin e wo 11 no o how bia 11 no de be break Ghana for no e wo MPP for nsa ho we will not be a party to the e-levy if we say eye tax bia eni nyina so bia eni sunsan so bia e fa papa bia amre yen aban nam amakna koye se e-levy ene beji yen kwa se gold anyo nkwa e-levy beji nkwa crude oil anyo nkwa e-levy beji nkwa cocoa anyo nkwa e-levy beji nkwa enti die aban pese o kire se e-levy no ne beboa no enye no ne beji Ghana nkwa na mmom yesika na ewo na se ehweye na leakage sambam yehweye na ye ni no te se de ye da apem so yehweye na ye di ne se de yesika te a megidi se saa sika ye ebeso ye me kwotena se no Ghana fo enuanom ne adofo de meka ne se abeda ho pefe se NDC nkwa na ye party a edwene Ghana fo abeda ho pefe se NDC na ye party a ye better managers of this economy
Asempa FM
echiye bi ani hu se NDC fo abadaye e wo yeyem enunti adechie 2024 se okona ukoto abana ye nkoto no NDC ni MPP o akoye akwasafo dwuma it's a communal labor everybody must rise go and vote for NDC flag bearer John Mahama and any NDC candidate owo kro se okọ na ukoto abano ma NDC MPs ne doso a ubehu se under the leadership of Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ghana obefa ne ntuma pefra economy na akọhye bonkam ye betwika na si ho na dia to asphalt ne so na akọ ama Ghana for ho atomo medamasi nyame hia mo fa
Oh, Yamoyensem Kesima Honorable Elizabeth Ofusu Ajare, Member of Parliament for Techiman North Constituency, a member of the Health and Appointments Committee of Parliament. Or your lawyer ni naturally me only frame or your lawyer ni a legal practitioner. Yamoyensem Mani BM. Abushanfo yawo yentemuha NDC bano denia or da party ni nyina no wasantimentum Yura Augustus Nana Kwesi Chama Mahusunia mo yensem Emma Wakwaba. Yawo former deputy regional minister post with the wedi bebre pa yenyina yenim no yenua comrade Joseph Yamin so ayemo yensem mano. And I'm told that your former NDC regional chairman, Miame Papa Yura, Comrade Yao Obimpe. Okay, chairman, yes. You go so aye kasa na so na NDC ye panyimpa oda abatu nyina no e wo Ghana ha. Your friend the Chuboi mine. My senior brother, Honorable Elvis Efri Ankra. Yamo yensema no. Epacho, yawo GPRTU for any omumpenyu for wa santimentem ewo ifi ha. Penyu for pacho mo ha, yani samo mo ma mo so na yamo yensema mo. GPRTU for aba. Yes, thank you. And yawo Garages Association for so ha. Garages for ha. Yamo yensema mo. Ebiem Sokoban Wood Industrial Center for ha. Sokoban for ha. Yamo yensema mo. Yes, omo na we chair ono. And your war voter caucus. Oh, voter caucus. Yamo yensema no. Omo na sini wa ha. Yesanso wo enim de fo akese pa ewo yentemu ha. Professor Oheneje, former Chief Executive Officer for Komfanoche Teaching Hospital ha. Prof Yamwakwaba. Ebiem and education for ha. Boys, girls for ha. This is a town hall meeting. It is not a rally and it is not a party program. I don't think Yanka Ezuno. Mr. Roman, so Eza. Education for students from KSTU. Thank you. Students from UCK for her. Nice. Pro Forum Group. Hey, yes, on our right. Drivers Union, say why you bit me humuza. Okay, thank you. And
Asempa FM.
Association of Disabilities for okay, nice. Business for baby a dream. You better answer. Na ye dia frɛ your second speaker. Now your second speaker also be kasa afa o man sikasemo di ginabre any 11 na and obechechim with PowerPoint. Ha yintwa da pa yini atem we are speaking facts and figures. No wajebre achechim. Our second speaker is none other than a man who is a member of the Finance Committee of Parliament, a ranking member for Energy, former Deputy Minister for Power, and the MP for Yape Kusigu, Honorable John Abdullahi Jenapo. Yamo yensem, ene washeme boss obeka chiba, ni pia shada kamunyi na ukuyaba. Yamo yensem mani. Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you very much, my brother and friend. Sami Jemfi. I'm the MP for Yape Kosogo, Northern Region. Ntino, ebimujin say chino anaka nkasa no ne kan bedin kakra ana meboa. But what they fail to realize is yetete mi wasante mampon. Nti mi otumfo na pa, nti ne mayire me ho na maka twi do. Senior mi aminua Sami Jemfi ekire no. Yeba abeka the state of the Ghanaian economy today vis-a-vis e-levy. Yeka economics are every day we are involved in economic decision making. So we are about for at the end of the month, and your friend revenue. Say na will be discount and no your friend no expenditure. Nti meto way, meye way, you prioritize. Nti no uye nia ehia ansa na yeye den yeye nia efata. Saha na oba bia nti start bi bia friend micro level. Na ye nyina ye aggregate micro level na ye konya na ye friend macro level. Eho e na ban e take decision emaye. Na your constitution no any your Public Financial Management Act, Esha Abai, say before the end of November, Esha Abai, Ede near your friend budgets, Ede Eba. budget ne say aban ye won ye friend fiscal policy and ye friend no monetary policy. Fiscal policy ne say and say aban be gije etuo nketenketen kakra na odi aye empuntujuma na odi abie economy nim na ama enyuma aba ama inflation aba form ama yeka no aba form ama yesidi no ene dollar no egina yie na etimi aboa ama emabunu anya adwuma ansa na ye won ye friend no monetary policy no Bank of Ghana eye sika ye de egu economy nim no nimienu no eye adwuma yie a na etimi aboa ye nyina nti no me pese ye bu nkompo kakra bi na ye de hwe President Mahama na dreso na mencha de say President Mahama onya 4 years anameboa Akufo-Addo so anya den onya 4 years nti sa ye ba ye be say no at least if not for anything kra
Asempa
ye
FM.
hu President Mahama na ban ene ye hu Akufo-Addo aban na woso ansuo na woso ansa na hu ne edai emu oduo nti mesrɛ mo wohwɛ me slide ba ko a that slide number 6 President Mahama ni sika onya ye total revenue kese sika ba fotuo nim no 109 billion cedis over the 4 years mpamochewo 109 billion President Akufo-Addo 4 years no wanya 197 billion almost double near President Mahama enyaye na odeba ya potaka sama ya say unto whom much is given much is expected and this can be found from the budgets we nyako take 2017 18 19 and 20 budget na take 2013 2014 2015 2016 budgets na kambo mu na check it on the revenue side total revenue buyer sika sa empanyifo emienu omunyaye na media tudwa no beyond that ye be free aban mu no ye de bibi e frɛ no energy sector levies account e buy se mo be kaya MPP for twa President Mahama da papa omo hye mo bo se energy sector levies no mo ba o be yie firi ho omo ka se energy sector levies e obnoxious levy enenti ye di campaigning against President Mahama me kaisa sa abra no 2060 wo ba kumasi a ansa na obetimi aye campaign no na eden pa because President Mahama had been vilified. He had been presented as an incompetent person. And so President Mahama energy sector levies no onyamu 3 billion. President Akufo-Addo buy no when you free ho and was a maso until President Akufo-Addo anya 12 billion from the energy sector levies. 3 billion against 12 billion. Now they say Ghana obia se Ghana a oil producing country. They say yenya fango ye ton fango na yenya sika. President Mahama fango ye ton nyina onya 6.4 billion. President Akufo-Addo enya 20.6 billion. Ipamocha muntie figures yiye. Ansa na ye fra ban mu ye hande over 3 oil producing fields. 10 fields, Jubilee field and Sankofa fields. President Mahama ejuma oye yenti o hande over FPO so Kwame Nkrumah, FPO so Atamils, FPO so Kufo Emma President Akufo-Addo. Yesa hande over Atuabo gas processing plant. NDC yaka factory a enye nkukobuo a wako penti na wako kyerɛ ho na the account one district one factory ho. We are a state-of-the-art, ultra-modern factory that produces domestic LPG. South factory na President Mahama see no. Ebetimi amagana ye LPG ye de no aduane no 50%. Na umpe we minua. Na wo pede. Eno echi no. Ye budget process. If I'm may try to make breaky economics no and kitchen. Your budget process no. There were 3 expenditure line items. There were capital expenditure. Your capital expenditure. Say oya kwan, usi adan, uye nsuo, uye empunjujuma. Eno na ma economy no. Ejina fapim. Now, in order to achieve such expenditures, no, you will be sure. And your number 2, your friend goods and services. Just a paper and krata hunyuma telecommunication in your mano. Send your bayer, you see a dan in your mana, you see a kwanya ebekoso. And sana ejuma ya fono mo ya jumano. Say to your moka. Cause and kwanja defe. Nini na sikaya ni dia. Until you be a friend of compensation. Until your budget nini na a 3. In terms of expenditure, capital expenditure, goods and services, and compensation. Now we have total expenditure. President Mahama spending 149 billion in the 4 years. President Akufo-Addo spending 274 billion. 149 against 274 billion. If I'm me chiremu bibi, no ma hunienti ene, economy no atitia pansam, ene akatua kura ayedin. Nti question I bisa I want to say, sa Mahama 149 na odi no, ene Akufo-Addo 274 no, him from ekoye. Because the details is in the pool. Let's all hear baby ekoye. Now over next chart now. Ubewu se my bar charts be capital expenditure, because my name say omo my economics kakra wa ha in any production function, Douglas production function, Leontier uye ni nyina. The key issue is capital. Na capital no the Latin word is capus. Now what the buyer can't kasema capital any friend you jetri. So your business, you must anchor the economy with capital expenditure. You must build roads, SOCC hospitals, SOC airport, SOC improve transportation. Into what green line now, Omusho na 2013, 11.7 any day equal capital expenditure. 2014, 15.5. 2015, 17.1. 2016, 17.5. President Mama expenditure, no. Afe opana ebeji abayno. Ye hwe ni ono so ye. 2017, what year free 17 about 11%. 2018, 0.4%. 2019, 7.2%. 2020, ohun say about one baby edru no yare no. And we'll call a 10%. And no crowd can in Aboma a new President Mama and capital expenditure. And you know, it's not just about borrowing, it's not just about spending, it's about investing in the productive sectors of the economy. Obobusia and Hame. So Obobusia now the factory a boyen. Obobusia now the acquire a boyen. But Obobusia now the Kojari were playing more Rima, and Mwagana mine net, and Mwagana mine exna. That is the difference between President Mahama and President Akufo-Addo. President Mahama Bobosia Edeyem Puntujuma. In my constituency, President Mahama Dauroma, there was cement factory. Cement factory, your friend is Savannah Cement. In my constituency, President Mahama Dauroma, there was Sheernut factory. President Mahama Dauroma, there was ultramodern hospital. MPP Bayer, let me put it on record. Not even one meaningful project has gone on in my constituency over the past 4 years. And I challenge them to give me just one single project. President Mahama had 3 senior secondary schools. 3 senior secondary schools. Maybe on our own pay way. Look, the difference between President Mahama and Akufo-Addo is like moving from Takoradi to Paga. in terms of development. That is the difference. Now, Minianum, say, if you remember, Abanwe started some more Bobosia, and you started say you caution one more. Say, baby, I'm more Bobosia na kono. Koko from Pom, what do you assemble ba? No, what do you assemble ba? It's a munya butre. Vice President Baumia, a press conference. I got the NDC for your nimshi, meboa. Also, you ready? Now, no, or you be a friend of debt reprofiling. Was it what was the Fiaka? Now, on my analogy, bebre, more important, Yamano. Was a port where you so benchmark revenues, no? You take a bema goose, no be bre, about porto, a baby bre, Sigana bed, a bacostro. Anameboa, why you press conference? And then you know, Ghana, Yeka. As at September, once you try December, October meka November meka December meka as at September, na Ghana yeka yede a movie from 120 billion akọ 341 billion. September 2021. This is in the budget. Enti ekane ze yentimi nso aka no. Ye komu
Asempa FM.
Ye ye ho hwia enye yie. Nya asechire ne say Abanwe e di 214 billion ana abeka economy beto ye no. Na ye will be a friend of debt to GDP ratio and at about 80%. Ghana for now, including Nkwala ya woman ne abofra ya won ne wo che ye kanemu a obia edeka 11,133 cedi ayesi etua ne. This is how incompetent this Akufo-Addo administration has led us to. Na obese wo hu se eka no edin a hwe 2021 in 9 months yeka ekosoro by 50 billion. Eka no se ne eka no koye no e chen Ghana sika nyina ye nyaye because our total revenue as of September na enro 50 billion. And so now eka ye de no akọ up more than 50 billion. President Akufo-Addo so make hyper and he decided say you be call Eurobond. Eurobond no is just a term. E chere say you kwa amonane akọ bobosia e de abeye impotujuma. Embanifo se wofa President Mahama, President Kufuor, President Mills e ka ye bo Eurobond amanane. O kan ni nyina bomu. All these presidents, President Kufuor the 8 years, President Mills 4 years, President Mahama 4 years, until 16 years now. Busia omoboye $4.5 billion. President Akufo-Addo nansanya obaye ononko abobusia so far $12 billion.
FM.
Ade nti wanya hwema wase a wo za bo no kro no ka ho na saa busia no mpo a wo bo no senka ode ye mpuntujuma ana nka mabunu nya adwuma ana ode sisi factories ana ode ye akwan ena ye hu bibia nka aye. You tell me what is there to show? At least President Mama aye circle interchange ana meboa Kumasi airport enyo na shasie KJT market enyo na yeye shoe factory enyo na yeye Pokwase interchange yen ye shasie Ridge Hospital chese bebre Abanwe buy pa di ampa na banya ye apart from adapatwa ene brofo akese ene de o mbe yi ato sisi a the economy and the management of the day the city and so na city na former na eko enti menuanom sei eka emene oman no na mahu se aban panyifo na nkasa after the edge to muselo babia yedru no eyayed because over 2021 Ghana out of your 40 something billion na yeje ye no ye di mu 32 billion ekotua ensi hu enyak loan no interest payments ensi hu kwa 32 billion. You see, I know people are watching this program. There's one thing about debt to GDP. Your debt to GDP can be high, it can be low. The size of your GDP does not pay your debt. It does not service your debt. It's a revenues. And if you look at a country like Japan, their debt to GDP is about 100%. But because the interest rate is just about 1% or 0.5%, they are able to pay. And also they are able to generate revenue in order to pay. So this 80% we are seeing is just a tip of the iceberg. Go and look at our total revenue, or more importantly, our tax revenue. Then you will get to know that this country is indeed on the path to a total shutdown and a total collapse. It's very serious. And anybody who is sincere and looks at our figures will tell you that this economy is just on life support. And sooner than later, if nothing is done to correct all these measures, the Ghanaian economy would face imminent and total collapse. Minyanum, yenim se emre ko nti meye no enchantem kakra na baby yedri epese me jump kakra na me kohwe e-levy ansa na mehwe e-levy no esi ebise hu se eba ne senkura na ekodrum pembenso a sese yesi kasem nyina atete apansama agigya a sese de aban sese yepew yempew e-levy no eno an obeji se wokohwe energy sector reporter sika ye gi senke de be ya kwan no aban we eyi mu 2 billion e ko ye other non-related road expenditure. We energy sector levy na ye road fund levy ewom menewo anytime I better fuel eye petrol eye diesel no ye tua eto kakra yen NDC yen ye de buy ye se sika no monti sika no nto ho na yemfa nya ya akwan se ne be ya goods and services enema ebekọ abantem 2 billion abani eyi free mo man farmer road fund. And this can be found in the energy sector levies report. And wachi aban sorry was a COVID. Anameboa ubiso ma bibia COVID. Question aye bisa ne say Ghana nkwa na COVID no achi ana. Sanya Ghana nkwa 2020 where your fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficit na nye ade bia e kire so. Bosumi wakatua eye 5,000. Bosumi ne eye akọ na wiye no wako free wachi. Enne se ye ba ye yakose yakoto fufuo. Medu nam se meto fufuo 5 cedi. Ma me hweme no se krachi wo mfiri krom ha won. Enam se ade ozo ye jai 5 cedi fufuo da. Nje bia wo to 10 cedi ana 20 cedi. Bosumi ne wi obeka ne nyina bom. Sa woji wakatua no wakọ twetwa woka. The ebia bosome no sa wo hwe ne ma watoto nyina 7,000 wakati yaso yeden 2,000 until deficit ne yesen enya 2,000 enya friend fiscal deficit enya bibia kire adwene bia they say we diabro wakati yaso Burkina Faso omo deficit Burkina Faso they say heya okra de yesrim 5.7%. Cote d'Ivoire 5.6%. Almost your neighbors. Nigeria, alata for yan 5.8%. Senegal economy, Ghana economy, no. You can compare because sometimes you compare apples with apples. 6.4%. Ghana, come and compromise Ghana. 15.7%. 15.7%. A better than you won't run into crisis.
Asempa FM.
Because of elections. Ye discarding nyafu basa. And none a day akwasiasa a bonkana by Elizabeth Ekano. That is the cause of Ghana's problem. Lack of fiscal discipline. Spending on frivolous items, frivolous sectors. Emwa ubia. Yanimisa COVID aba. Pesa uye busuan penyi. Nase atoranche mbito busuani ma. Manage. Ujai enyama enwihia no aye core expenditure. Sana account to see nyina aye. Ghana nkoa na ye de. You decide say you be sika nyina. And this figure may ye free moon every IMF document. Nti me the screenshot no crowd to her. I picked all these figures from the International Monetary Fund. Na usa bi so mom si o ansa na COVID ba na bibia e kototen. Yen yetumra na ya kiresi. I refer to the 2020 budget. 2020 budget no. And our 2019 media review budget no. Amount figures. Oman bia so betum poma construction number 1. Especially for a developing country. You must put brick and mortar and grow your economy. Tama President Mahama, ye free Abamu 2016. Now construction sector, it grew by 8.4%. 2019, almost say, na bibiya ko yansa na COVID eba no. Construction sector was growing by negative 8.5%. You can't negative. Just what 0. What da kofi ko a wo ko mortuary. And no any negative. Electricity. Now you extend electricity on the average every year 4%. President Akufo-Addo obaye 0.5%, 1% as of 2019. Interest payment now you 11.5 billion. President Akufo-Addo 37 billion. Manufacturing sector near 7.9. President Akufo-Addo 6.5. Currency depreciation omudi dry asuma say omo the best economists baomiani bibiano. Yenye ko na ye 9.9. 2019 omo say eyomo best year no. The city depreciated by almost 13%. Private sector 14. Omo dey 12%. Nti enya no kre say eyo COVID. Ena ama enyama no atete apansam. All these are the key issues. Despite oil or munya, these are the reality on the ground as far as the Ghanaian economy is concerned. Na minyanum se say ahonchire no e kan obia. Nti ye wie COVID pe na aban meka kire se adwumanfo mon tighten mo belt. Ye ntimi entuma kwatuo mo enkosro. Public sector workers wa se meboa mo bedi madanse. Yemamo salary increment of 4% in 2021. Anameboa 4%. Meanwhile, inflation was 11%. And yemamo air cost by 11%. And so what katia anyway income no air cost by just 4%. And what you know, a buying way they introduce you in your friend of COVID levy. Only the 3.5%. Almost increasing VAT flat rate at the 4%. Almost the pollution and sanitation levy 10% on diesel, another 10% on petrol. Almost the energy sector recovery levy 20% on petrol, 20% on diesel. Almost the financial sector levy 5% on all banks. Almost the energy debt recovery levy no, almost increasing no by 20%. Price stabilization levy almost increasing no by 40%. UPPF, Oma increasing by 164%. Boss margin, Oma increasing by 200%. Fuel marking levy, Oma increasing by 233%. Taxes in Kwano no. These are taxes about way up to 2 more. 2020, Oma Kachi say your treasury as our tax yina bibia ebeko yamai. Omukache se Ghana for mon sacrifice maye mon tighten mobiles maye because the economy was on a turnaround. Sana Minister of Finance kache Ghanaians complained. Ghana for be brave complaining but you can say nyahwe some say you know adru a enyu no na say ye ho beto ya 2021 ye benom 2021 abe ende awie afa 11 so free fa bio I think that's the question we ought to be asking the finance minister and his team. So despite all these sacrifices, why do you want to implement the e-levy? Now, Mr. Ramo, any e-levy no go almost a benchmark revenues now. The man more so can for cantamanto for bojo for near you. Yeah, reverse here no. Yeah, reverse here mo surprises e cost by more than 100%. Kenya minua sami jemfi mo na bo muja a bo mu tutua. Nka by now, ka benchmark revenues no. Yeah, the remo. Aname boa. That is what the NDC stands for. For you, the ordinary Ghanaian. And so nyaya no. It's not just about winning political power.
Asempa FM.
We have the conscience and we are doing what is right and proper. And what you almost say, Boga for a more brochura, more Timu Fifre, Unya Bibi Kakrana, the Bemahome, O Kumaseha, and also Yabasatio. Yatiwa, we are properties, Yabasati, and also tax. Almost as a government service, say we are called Lands Commission, who call Energy Commission, who call births and death. Who was your new Wukura Wusu, Ekope ABA certificate, Ediako Sieno. A ban was almost tuning now by 15%. The baby drone just a ban a queen. Come Precocradia extra. Look, the ordinary Ghanaian is suffering. I'm telling you the truth. This is not what the MPP promised us. This is not what the MPP told us. They told us they have the men. Today we've come to realize that they are nothing but mere boys who cannot do anything meaningful for this country. At the last count, Finance Committee, you counted 18 different taxes. Either say Omatum and the Fofraba. Just last year, because of tax on the buy-in, petrol price cost instantly by 13%. So far, in 1 year, petroleum prices at the pump, fuel, they are too by over 40%. It's never happened in the history of this country as far as the Fourth Republican Constitution is concerned. And now, in recent times, maybe a minister after say within 1 year, with this kind of astronomical levels. It just tells you that Abanwe, they have lost it completely. Now, let me see a young kind. There's another section cry, I know the young kind. And I think that as I catch them, more 2022 budget, go and read paragraph 144 of the 2022 budget. Tama yekono. Abanwe ka say, Franwa yeye tono, or pegino around $50 per barrel. Say minimum ka say, it could do be $80 per barrel. In fact, budget nan ka say, Franwa yeye tono, a cost by 60.4%. Cocoa prices increase by 3.8%. Cocoa volumes just a dodo ayeton because your revenue is a function of price and quantity. So cocoa price a cost by 3.8%, and a revenues just a volumes and also a cost by 32%. Gold yesika cocoa ayeton and also no cost by 4.4%. And oil finished products are imported because anytime I buy imported finished products I buy in Yeska because of taxes and I twana edas and also cost by 41.6%. Into Ukani in Aboma I buy 11 billion cedis from Sa and Yama American. Me wanna buy and I didn't say Obenya 11 billion. Into Chester, dear friend, a windfall. And I sika when you end national Abba become. Into 11 no more banidia. Maza, emwa wamu echina. Na senior menu abanakaino on behalf of the minority. Let me state without equivocation. Let me state without fear that the minority is opposed to the e-levy today. We are opposed to it because this is not the time for e-levy. And then remember COVID, Abbey, you say we should avoid fiscal interaction. Instead, we are promoting the use of electronic transfers. This is not the time to implement e-levy. Now, yeah, comparison, because Ghana is not an island. Say yes, ebi obeko kurubiso na we tie tie akura. Nti ye bu kombo hwe say e-levy kura no countries ben na eye e-levy say na omoye no. Kenya omomo charge 10% on the fees so enya wo capital. Tanzania charge 10% on the fees. Cheze bia wo kosaniska say MTN for betew. Ni MTN for tew no eno no omo gi mu 10%. Enya wo sika na wo esani akoma wo nana se onfa nkoto aduro no. Zimbabwe de omse ombe charge $0.05. 0.05. Uganda started 1%. On my money nyina so original so mo ntiase. Omo te so eba 0.5%. Cote d'Ivoire ya ye nuanu ma ye omo te he. Kama President Akufo do opposition ka kra bi Cote d'Ivoire for a charge 0.5%. Cameroon a charge 0.2%. Ghana kwa na say ye de ye started every 1.75%. Why? I mean, why? You want to kill people's business.
Asempa FM.
Even though NDC phone ejina, but we are fighting for the ordinary woman in Kejetia. We are fighting for the ordinary woman in Swame. We are fighting for the ordinary Ghanaian. We know, say, we are on the path of right. What we are doing is legitimate. And this government must listen. Here rise every parliament. I'm going to just say, young suspending e-levy, consultation. Can you do consultation alone in your room? I'm putting it on record, and I've spoken to the minority leader. Not even one single member of the minority has been contacted. In the past 1 month, no more any press conference. How can you build consensus alone? The MPP alone cannot be the only source of knowledge. At least if not for anything, this abysmal record of the MPP tells you that they alone cannot know everything in this world. And they should listen. Now, near Hamikrane and throw Musa account. On the e-levy, no. Omo de bema enyuma. Omsi your friend who you start. Minister of Agri say e-levy na ma fertilizer kura de emmabium. Minister of Road say e-levy ama akwan yenye biom. Minister of Information say e-levy ama yebeko IMF. Aden. Munkwa e-levy ama say e-levy ama say. Very so maka say e-levy ama and from akra yenya den yenya bi ni ahome. Because baby edru ni de. Me want to budget of the 7 billion, only 300 million, which is about 5% of the total e-levy, and Yadima use that. And away from this. Now answer never pass e-levy no krano. Yanum. Oh, I'm the for Boganya swine. Almost 241 million cities we have to work. Some of them are private companies, some fanko GG e-levy. And your finance committee and a minority, you bo muja. And can almost start charging 241 million cedis every year. But by dint of hard work, through your leadership, party leadership, and the parliament, 241, I'm happy to announce you say, you're chum, tinton time, Emma Suchina. Now, quickly, may some small calculation be, I don't know if it can be displayed. Say over 1,000 Ghana. Na say a fabe enipa miensape transactional. You are likely to lose close to about 100 cedi of that amount, because air conditioning na ye tete. And just one kwa audio, what the mama ye bete ama de makofia yebete covid command yo yebete nti ye tete saa ko sika ne be den ni nyina ebesa na ni nyina no bamche o mate Dr. Bamianka wakasa Dr. Bamianka must speak on the e-levy today so that we know his position on the e-levy. We want to know the position of the chairman of the economic management team as far as this e-levy is concerned. And then, what is the state of the Ghanaian economy? Investors are shying away from Ghana. Our inflation is in double digits. Worker agitation, left, right, and Neskumunga lecturers, eco strike. NAPCO employees, for so many months. Fuel prices, esroana eco. Food prices, esroana eco. Musika kakra umbotomno, udekoja, enyeye. University students cannot even find accommodation. And then for the first time, Fitch are downgrading Ghana to B-. You can't B-, sir. Just a yatiwa form with a negative outlook. Just a yatiwa form with the hospital. That is the meaning of B- with a negative outlook. But minim say chiana achia emuye. By the grace of the Almighty God, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the NDC would assume office in 2024. I am clear in my mind. I'm certain in my mind. So we would win 2024. What we have to do, and I pledge that is what we'll do. We would police the ballot, police the resource, collect our resource, and ensure that nobody will cheat the NDC this time round. Because the people of Ghana need the NDC. The people of Ghana are yearning for the NDC. Wherever I go, people tell us, say, Honorable Jinapo, you better abanamam. Nancy Yesremu, Mon Sorin Jinaho, Namon Police Abatuano. That means by the grace of the Almighty God, we would be the next government come 7th January 2025. On this note, Pesa Midamu Jinama say, Namada, Minya, Sami Jenfi, Ase. Enka yebeka nema bebre about Ameri ne ehun sensem, but emre ni so ne me den say Ameri plant no after ni akoso nyina no ye de ba Kumasi na besi Asanteman mu na benefit Asanteman na benefit Ghana for. That is the mark of a true leader. I salute President Mahama. I thank him and I'm grateful for what he's done for this country. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, medamu nyina amasi nyamishira mu nyina
Asempa FM.
Yemo yensema Honorable Jena Pobio. Oka Ameri no. Se wutie na wunim Ameri no a enye bia Auntie Mary bi ni asesa ne dia na Ameri. Eye power plants afidia Ghana enyinam Kenya enyinam ahoden Yura Mahama 5 years ago, or Dresha Kaintino, or Boye Ghana and Sakaye under a BOOT transaction, and name fear numina betray Mamma Babaya Dia. Babaya Ghana Japadia, ever be generated Sikama or Mino. Inti Bawumia, and the Oman Penyaku for the Sobo de Bas sentimentum. This answer. Yes, and I say, do so be as sorry was sentimental and wedding, but I am back. And that Yura, Crora, as Antihino Crack, I say, Ama ne phones, ne electrical appliance in our say. Are you? Yamo, John Mahama Basso said, Wamayana, a Mary plant to be. Addition for Yawo, addition for free. Akenten, Apiamenka University of Skills Training and Entrepreneurial Development. Ewaha. Addition for no one may have a lot of them. Thank you. Your addition for free. Baptist University for Baptist University, West School, students from West School. Assembly Members Association of Ghana for Assembly Members, Common Fund, no, this Red Assembly, I say 4 quarters, My and the Pragia operators who are Pragia operators were Market Men and Women Association. Thank you for coming. And I wore Okunini Bipa, so I had Dr. Brenya, Head of History and Political Studies, KNUST. Namra Yenuya Honorable Jenapo Anuguswa Okasana and NDC ye penny pa Yabano Dani Yakandifo, the national chairman and leader of the NDC. Yeah, Papa, Honorable Samuel of Usampo for Bekaya. Yamoyensem, national chairman. And Sandy Beruino, national chairman. Ebema closing address in Tiabetse, national chairman. And Choboy. Are you ready for the next speaker? Are you ready for the next speaker? The next speaker, Mrashi Bedrenima Asunafo South constituency, or a ranking member for a Greek. Minya Penny, me Papa Madi, my mentor, Honorable Eric Opoku. Yamoya Selman on the bedding come. Thank you.
Yeah, national chairman. And the national executives are Yeshiamuha, regional executives. Omaima Abusiafua, Moha, and the Moa Mutie, our baby. Yedikai Yamamunina, Efishiapa. Yedinchaka Siansoma, Otiko Koso, and Ananuma or Asantimantem Dina, Selmama Quenya. Na ene yaba asante mampon kropon kumase say ene oman ebetwetwen komo efa Ghana empuntuo ho na sania menu agina po wieye no eho na me hyase afri efise brana ma ninsem bebre sade ono aka wa baba mu anwie edibide ma ba no beto aso ama nasem no edimu se NDC Mrasha Babianfo any NDC as a party. Sabrebia ye ka abane hihye ho asema na nyesa Ghana bese intia. Nemum ye twe abane sikwampa so a e ma hihye obeye na bebo Ghana ma nyina. Munyina mbedi ho adanse ebrebi nchai. Ana akufu ado abane de hihye bi ba Mrasha Babiama. Ose ye frɛ no Ejapa. Ejapa ne se Ghana gold ayetu no. Royalties are Ghana nyano. Or te a Japan company no the royalties na ma womo. No mo dia kwaje bosiana is en fear da yenu nyina no. Ya tete sa aka no kakra. Ye bie ya no say yempre. Mna hye badua no mo do so che yen. Omo passe e ma a Japan no parliament evidence hye ase. E ba bontene pe and a civil society organization is original here. And om say Japan nye a Japan nye Ghana for so mu a Japan yempre o man panyin se sanya de a matwe asan e kire se so man panyin ne cabinet nyina trans dwene ye no anya yie e ba mra hye badwam na ye nhwe mu no o man pere am ya ntwe asan gise Ghana for na sorry ansana ye twe saade no asan e tosu bio America ye regina poka ho asemi Yera Jomama bi akonwa na dumso baaye no eno ne ekuo bi ye nhye Mumfa musika ntom fidi e beso nkane ama Ghana mumfa mesi Ghana na mumfa nso nkane ama yen na mo so nkane na ye beto nkane na mo be produce no na ye twa ebedrum fie num ebo a mo beto ama yen no na monya musika monya ho mfaso mo nsansie afidie ne manya foforo se de mo de baaye no na fidie me ya Ghana ya japade e hihya yewura mama anyone ye ni ampa omo de fidie ne baaye omo so nkane ane maayen e ma dumso no firi ogina akama afi ye nya power ye de ye bibia ye to aba na NDC fira konwa so ye nuanom an bibi baaye omo se hihya ne ya nya ne ye entu omo koye no foforo
ɛde abrɛ yɛ wɔ mmarahyɛ badwam ɔmo te committee ɛde committee no kɔ abrokyire yɛnkɔ hwɛ mmra nkurɔfoɔ no a yɛne ɔmo yɛ nhyɛ no de afidie no baeɛ no ɔmo na twa ticket maa committee no ɛkɔ maa committee no aduane diiɛ committee no baeɛ a wɔn sɛ nhyehyɛ no ɛyɛɛ no asɛm biara ni ho biribiara yɛ kama aban no so dabi sɛ saa koraa mɛsesa no ɔmo kɔyɛ nhyehyɛ foforɔ de bɛto yɛn anim ebeduru yɛn anim mmarahyɛ badwam no NDC MPC yɛsɛ yɛn mpene yɛhwɛ nhyehyɛ anim a ebebu Ghana yɛbu nkonta no sɛ yɛma saa nhyehyɛ no yɛ adwuma a na Ghana sika a ɛyɛ million ahangɔtwe 800 million Ghana cedis deɛ yɛato agu kwa enti parliament yɛampene yɛnsom aban no san twe san ɔtwe san no okɔhu sɛ deɛ ne yɛka no na yɛ nokorɛ afei ɔkɔyɛ nhyehyɛ no sɛ yɛhyehyɛ no a wasom na mmom sika na yɛn yɛtua no ɔno na ban no ntumi ntua no saa enti mfie num na afidie no bɛyɛ yɛ dea no ɔde afe baako aka ho ama yɛ mfie nsia twɛdi ampadom ɛna no fiada ɛna mfie nsia no ɛsoyɛ nti amɛri afidie no a yɛde sɔ nkanea no sɛ abɛyɛ Ghana deɛ a kyɛnyia yɛ deɛ a yɛde bɛgye no ati yɛ nkanea sɛ yɛka sɛ nkasa abere yɛbɛte nkanea so a na yɛ sɛ nkanea no na nka yɛnya yɛ dɛ yɛ dea na saa nneɛma wɔ nyinaa kɔ so all because parliament yɛgyina yɛn nan so ɛkyerɛ yɛ adwene ɛma yɛtwe sae na no 2022 budget nea yɛka ho asɛm sɛsi yɛ aban de hyɛm sɛ benchmark values deɛ owura samegya fi ka ho asɛm no benchmark values no ɛni Ghana mmerɛm ɛni yɛ mmerɛ biara mu ɛberɛ a NDC wɔ power deɛ ɛyɛ ne sɛ wo a wokɔfa nneɔma aba biara no woba a wode receipt to so a receipt rekyerɛ nneɔma no boɔ ɛno ne yɛde gyina so agye wo tax ɛna woba na sɛ customfoɔ hu sɛ wo receipt no woakɔ change na twerɛ no ketewaa bi a ɛne na kyerɛ sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ yɛhwehwɛ mpa ne boɔ paa ansa na officers no ayɛ nhwɛmu apɛ ne boɔ paa na yɛde agye wo toɔ aban wɔ ɛbɛɛ no wɔ se wɔhunu sɛ Ghanafoɔ ɛka nneɔma ba nyinaa no wɔn de ba receipt no wɔn dane no enti wɔn deɛ wɔmfa receipt nyɛ adwuma bio wɔde deɛ ɛfrɛ no benchmark values wɔn nneɛma na wɔde ba no wɔkɔhwɛ ne boɔ ɛde ne boɔ no abɛto hɔ enti wode ba na sɛ ne boɔ no nnura wakasa daabi ne boɔ no pɛɛ ni na wɔde saa boɔ no agye wo tax ɛna wɔde saa benchmark values no ba yɛ ma nneɛma no boɔ no ɛkɔɔ soro ɛna wɔn na ɛka nneɛma ɛba no wɔn mu su sɛ wɔn deɛ yɛntumi ntua ɛna wɔsɛ sɛ mu ntua deɛ a mesan de discount kakra yɛ 30% ɛde ama mo na mo ba na so saa na yɛsan te mo so 30% saa 30% no ɛna 2022 budget yi wɔde hyɛ mu sɛ oyi saa 30% na firi hɔ ɛna yɛka kyerɛ sɛ woyi a nneɛma boɔ bɛyɛ den woyi a nneɛma boɔ bɛyɛ den aban na ntie ampaa yɛgyina mu ɛbɛyɛ den bɛyɛ wɔn sɛ yɛnyɛ den yɛpɛ sika yɛ Ghana nti ɛna ha NDC foɔ ɛna no benchmark values yɛ paase budget no nti yɛ paase yɛwie yɛ no ɛna owura samigya mfi sɔre gyina ne nan so ɛna ɔyɛ press conference kɛseɛ wɔn kan friends ntwerɛfoɔ nyinaa ɛna ɔkyerɛkyerɛ benchmark values sɛ kaa ɛde bɛba ahokyerɛ ɛde bɛba aban no hyɛ aseɛ sɛ ɔde yɛ adwuma no ɔde yɛ adwuma nam mmienu afei na nneɛma boɔ ne deɛ ɛkɔ so ne so ɔmampanyin sɛ benchmark values no matwe asan abusuafoɔ ɛnɛ yi ɔmampanyin de yi levy ɛba Ghana ɛna NDC yɛba sɛ yɛne ɔmo nyɛ adwene yɛ akyerɛkyerɛ mu amanfoɔ nam na obi ɛka n'asɛm saa nsɛm no yɛwura gyinapɔ bɔ obi so na mede nsɛm no bi bɛkyerɛkyerɛ mo ha na makyerɛkyerɛ mu na yɛde akyerɛkyerɛ yi levy no mu kakraa bi ansa na afei yɛate asi ɔman no sikasɛm no sɛ bɛyɛ a obi a wɔ ha biara ɛbɛnya ne yie na yi levy no ɛberɛ a ɛba mohwɛ nsɛm a ɔmo ka kyerɛ yɛn wɔse Ghana Web 22nd November 2021 ɔse yɛwura foriata sɛ yi levy best for building an entrepreneurial nation yi levy wei ɛna ɛbɛtumi ama ɔmo bɛyɛ nnwuma ama ɔmo investi ayɛ nnwuma afɛ nipa adwuma no yi levy na bɛma no aba ɔno asa to aso bio City News ɔse yi levy sika na ɛbɛnya no wɔde bɛkreti nnwuma nko a 11 million nti yi levy bɛkreti nnwuma 11 million afei ɔse yi levy no nso so yɛwura chairman sa ɔsɛ yi levy no ɛbɛboa yɛn ama yɛyɛ kwan afei Ghana yɛkasa yi yɛwura chairman sakasa ɔkan yɛ a Ghana were published here 16 December 2021 ɔsɛ Ghana the contractors cut 4.6 billion Ghana cedis yɛgyegye yi levy na yɛde bɛyɛ kwan ne yɛde bi so atua contractors no ɛka nti sɛ contractors wɔ anidasoɔ sɛ yɛse yi levy ba deɛ ɛbɛtua ɔmo ka Ghana fo bebree se yɛse yi levy ba deɛ a yɛakwan nyinaa yɛbɛyɛ afei yɛnhwɛ agric minister nso sɛ yi levy na ama a yɛnya fertilizer koraa yɛde bɛma akuafoɔ ɛna obi anya fertilizer akodua na aduane afei wotoa so bio a yɛwura kandapan sɛ yi levy will be a sacrifice Ghanaians can make to support national development ɔsɛ Ghana ni bia yɛduru bia ɔwɔ sɛ obi abɔ afɔdeɛ kakra na yɛde pagya yɛman yi nti afɔrebɔ a wobɛbɔ ne sɛ wobɛtua saa yi levy tax no afei yɛwura agyapa mɛsa nso ɛyɛ 24 January ya wɔno so ne deɛ atumi yɛ ne de ya publish wɔ Ghana web wɔse NDC's rejection of yi levy is linked to 2024 elections sɛ yɛn NDC foɔ yɛadwene ne sɛ yi levy no ɔmo gyegye a ɔmbɛnya sika yɛ adwuma bɛma yɛ lusu 2024 enti na yɛni abere nsɛm a wɔn ka ne kurom radio so baabi ani na at the end of your presentation no Ghana ni baabiara bɛhu sɛ nsɛm wɔn kan ɛyɛ nokora anaasɛ ɛnyɛ nokorɛ saa na wokɔ budget no mu a paragraph 318 wɔsi sɛ yi levy no wɔgyegye sika na wɔde bɛyɛ youth employment wɔde bɛyɛ cyber security digital and road infrastructure
Asempa FM. Asempa FM. Asempa FM.
Anytime I feel lonely, feeling sad, only one station makes me happy.
Asempa FM.
When I wake up in the morning, only this station.
Ivy, Sanoso Ubenya Mamia, a percentage ya, whatever ya pine. Or say you let me know, Kaya, baby, Yakalan, or say annually up to 0.25 percentage points of the 1.5% yield levy transaction. I think I want to come 175 and acquire 1.5. A typo in your way. It was 16.7% of the yield from the levy should be used to support road infrastructure. 16.7%. Or say yield levy in our Wajijia. Oko paragraph 233. I was say Bemano 6.9 billion. And or dimu 16.7% ebe ya kwany 16.7% me chake ya no e 1.1 billion Ghana cedis. Wadi ka so the contractors ka 4.6 billion. And this was the 1.1 billion and akwaya abusiafo contractors be yo musika no akwaya no betumi aye mbajo mutie ni e de o se yi levy na me de be ya akwaya no wa chao percentage say or the 16.7% and ebe ya kwan and ono ase what the contractors say 4.6 billion and a year levy no say the other be ya kwan 1.1 billion and this over catch us what the be ya kwan how be di and the contractors na ya catch up say ya gigi year levy e dey abetua boka no moka 4.6 billion no was say year levy no po onya or the 1.1 billion eba mo ebetua boka Afeyako, what was to be a while? Shahai, paragraph 319. Kowachika Krabina Chairman for Adrinaso.
Asempa FM.
Osha has say, Yahweh. Majotienio 247 Ivino. Or say, impose an electronic transaction levy. Ye transaction levy of 1.75% on the value of digital transactions and exempt daily transactions of a cumulative value of 100 or less per person. The recommended effective date of implementation is 1st January 2022. It was a year levy, no, a doubt the best chance no, a 1st January 2022. Yeah, paragraph 3 can say, Mr. Speaker, this new policy comes into effect from 1st February 2022. And we clearly say year levy no ban, not confusion in the actually. Because one paragraph say, a best chance 1st January. Another paragraph say, a best chance 1st February. Young fan say we'll see a typo. It's young quiet in view. After young Regina Pokai, Oma catch them ranting in answer some did you live in now. Oma by maybe a friend who you start. And only a DC Kevin Mam Rantiano, now be a dear Juma. Into a Biara walk gun a piano, see a G live in Ibia, and Rantiano about money Jumaya because I buy the Mamuska, Mohammed Stati Munuma, under the program called Youth Starts. Yababa Yatrima, I had what teacher Sikano. The Odisika be abaye. Yanko had your car with you start no. Was it you start no? Ghana bind your betria womu, and I had 300 and something in Shahono. 385
FM.
And no the goods and services. You had better to hone your money. Nesika pa yadibaya sao you start no. And the Shahon 640 million. And yadi yellow akalano. Was it no? Sasikano, a month for the different man on the beche from donor partners. Now you say any year levy no, anyway yet. In this year, catch up branch here say, you have a year levy. Now you have Abraham, entrepreneur, you have Mosika, budget no Chesicano, say no cano, into non cahubi. Now you are quiet him. Afei, year levy no man come and comfort it, Yagia, you be your squad nine, Yagia, and you have hospitals, and you have the clinics, will be anti hey. Paragraph 247 S1 SI was it this year no was it complete existing infrastructure for poverty eradication IPEP projects. Also Moshe Boso me $1 million constituency bia. And no matter authority say si kalom de konom de ayam putudwuma ma ye wo district. Obi akọ district o se om de koyam putudwuma ho. And was it sir IPEP project na wo ya ebe ma ye tu ohianse no. Afi we 2022 no. The Oshas yes or no, and obey. Me here slide no. The Oshas yes or no, and obey. Or say, with no new projects to be commenced in 2022. With no new projects. It's 2022. So what did you live in Okra? IPEP no infrastructure for poverty eradication no was it on a new project back Okra. Now say the way. After was say, a canna, one more toilet. I must see toilets now. I buy into Mintiaka. Was a canal of this contractors? No, what you did you live in Okra, or to be this year, or best spread me 2 years in you, 2023 will be Trebi, not 2024, so I had a word Trebi. So when I'm near the Abbey School, you had the air hospital, saying a budget in a day, Eka. After Busiafo. I had a person will be at the yepa. Do you want to carry any now? At the Ben Pan as one did you love this kind of the bay? Some may make a moon number cast a bit chatro. Budget now by the buyer. Young Cobisano. Say you love this kind of some forward the year. At the Ben now the bay. More high. Page 233. I say. So what did you love, you know? Benchmark values in our tax or budget in the Ghana. Ghana, Japadia home for so benyanina. So what can in our moma? A few way, the total revenue. Our GG you love in our cahono. Obenya 100.5 billion. 100.5 billion. Now you say you love, you know. Wajiji nina wajiji taxi bi okan budget mu nyina wajiji nina no obenya 100.5 billion na se ne seconds ka we ya e kwa obefa so adi nini o se adwumayefo aka tua nko afi we obetua 35.8 billion Ghana adwumayɛfoɔ ka ɛndeɛ wontumi ntwam because ɔtu adwumayɛfoɔ ka afei wɔse bosia Ghana agyeɛ ɛho nsi ho a wɔbɛtua no afe wei no ɛyɛ 45.3 billion 45.3 billion afei yɛwɔ nneɛma bi wɔ ɔman mu a yɛfrɛ no statutory payments yɛayɛ mmara yɛse sika bi a wobɛnya biara no yɛ total revenue yɛmfa 5% ɛnkɔ district assemblies na ɔmfa nya mpotudwuma ɛno ne yɛfrɛ no common fund afei adeɛ bi a wotɔn no Ghana ha biara no
Asempa
yɛde
FM.
direct tax ato so a yɛde yɛ nwoma sua yie ɛno ne yɛfrɛ no get fund afei road fund sika wɔ fund na yɛde mmara ato ho no ɛno yɛ mmara na ɛhyɛ wɔn eti no wɔbɛtua afe wei wɔbɛtua 31.9 billion saa nneɛma mmiɛnsa wei nko a wɔka bɔ mu a Ghana aban hia 113.1 billion ɔno nso sika obɛnya na afe nyinaa ɛyɛ 100.5 billion mbakyɛ mo te aseɛ deɛ mensa nkɔ hɔ bio mbakyɛ mo ntie o yi levy no wogyegye a ɛka ne revenue nyinaa wɔbɛnya 100.5 ɛna sika a wɔde bɛyɛ adwuma wɔ Ghana no nneɛma mmiɛnsa pɛ wɔ budget mu a saa nneɛma mmiɛnsa no yɛ adwumayɛfoɔ akatua bosia ho nsi ho ɛne statutory payments ɛyi payments mmara hyɛ wo sɛ tua ne mmiɛnsa nko aka bɔ mu a Ghana aban so ohia 113.1 billion eti so ɔgyegye yi levy no koraa nneɛma mmiɛnsa wei ɛnso tua eti ansa na obetua tua adwumayɛfoɔ kaa wie no yesu ɔsan akɔgye bosia 12.6 billion ansa na afi wei watua tua yɛ adwumayɛfoɔ ka sɛ wotua nneɛma mmiɛnsa wɔ awie a wɔn sɛ aban adwuma mu wɔn petro wɔn paper deɛ de bɛyɛ adwuma bi a wonya ntɔre goods and services wonya nyɛ wɔn sɛ aban mpuntu dwuma bi a wɔn wɔ so wɔ ha eti sɛ aban ka kyerɛ sɛ ɔgye yi levy na wɔde bɛyɛ adwuma saa nneɛma mmiɛnsa wei emu hwan na aban bɛtua twam emu deɛ nya ɔbɛte adwumayɛfoɔ akatua so anaa ɔbɛte adwumayɛfoɔ akatua so bosi a wagye ho nsi wɔn bɛka sɛ wontua anaa statutory payments bɛka sɛ wontua so aban se ne nsa kɛsika na dwuma mmiɛnsa wei kura obedie no yesu ɔgye bosia that is why in the budget no ɔde hyɛ mu sɛ afi wei ɔbɛgye bosia nko a 37 billion
Asempa FM.
na 37 billion no bɛka ho ade a watumi atua adwumayɛfoɔ ka na ɔnya bi nso ayɛ adwuma a obɛtumi ayɛ eti yi levy na yɛgye no deɛ yɛde kɔyɛ paa ne sɛ aban kaa yɛdeɛ no yɛde kotua ɛho esi ho abusuafoɔ ɛyɛ dɛn na yɛbɛduru ha sei na hwɛ projection bi a MPP aban yɛ wɔ budget nim budget no ɛyɛ paragraph 234 no ɔse Ghana nsi ho a yɛtua 45 billion ɛna ɛno nti ohia yi levy no 2023 Ghana bɛtua bosia ho nsi ho 47.9 billion 2024 Ghana bɛtua 53.1 billion afei wɔse 2025 Ghana bɛtua 65.5 billion bosia ho nsi ho koraa munim deɛ nti a 2025 bɛyɛ saa 2020 no duru yɛ no ɛberɛ a covid ne yie ne ti pɛ ɛna aban tu mirika kɔɔ IMF akɔgye $1 billion ɛna IMF sɛ ɛsiane sɛ yareɛ na aba na mode kɔko nti yɛbɛma moratorium mfie num ansa na mɔsan atua enti 2025 na aso sɛ wɔsɛ yɛ dɛn ɛtua ɛno kikii na interest ɛbɛtua no Ghana ɛyɛ 65 billion na abusuafoɔ yi levy na yɛka ho asɛm no ne impact koraa no mɛba no so interest ne ba bɛdi no ayɛ to bo ase impact no ne sɛn ɛdeɛ nti na yi levy ne yɛsuro ho ɛdeɛ nti ne yɛka sɛ de ahokyerɛ bɛba World Bank in 2020 ɛde report ba Ghana wɔn sɛ Ghana population no enipa a ɛwɔ ahoɔden a ɛbɛtumi ayɛ adwuma wɔ Ghana ha no wokan a yɛyɛ 12.9 billion Ghana labor force
Asempa FM.
wɔbɛtumi ayɛ adwuma wɔ Ghana no yɛyɛ 12.9 billion ɛna World Bank say out of the 12.9 billion no unemployment rate wɔn a nyɛ adwuma yɛ wɔ mu no ɛyɛ 12.1 billion na adeɛ a World Bank kan yɛ a ɛyɛ serious matter ɔman bi to a wɔsɔ hwɛ 28%. The World Bank friend discourage workers. Discourage workers. Discourage workers, as they say, 28%. I have Ghana for 15. I got 35. No. Woman Nantia per Juma, qualify a woman yabi. Into Wama Cotas, I am per Juma and woman baby. 28% of this population. It's in the Juma, our Ghana Hano, Omoyaka Kredi. And the Sani Panda Jumano, I'm the share one more annual population, woman Yadmina. Sanka 12.9 million labor force. So many Juma and 17.9 million woman the home. But 12.9, 12.1% in Juma. And at 28% within the bracket, 15 to 35, one was on Yajuma. One of the Matiakas on Yajuma, Kakana Yajumano, one on the share, one more account. Entina, Tiayi, Entina's over film. Now I'm crowding Yajuma to 12 years. Eh, Bra, now my scam could be that. Bra, my Piaco school fees. So, Mamma dance up, what for soon Yajuma, all because I'm one day, one more per Juma, and so Umuya in the day, and yet, and coming in Yajumaya, and Kebaran Pala, and Rewa and Copra. But when you're Mantia, Maba, and number one so every day. But
FM.
No, to cry, no, you have Rochelle and you're not pressure. I can see it. I will say a tracker, I will be a your tracker. This is how you have my hours to do. Send your baby a fear. Bra flower, Benaka Craco. Your cousin, Mamma, Benaka Cracker. It's what we have to see a man. Boston, a tracker by 10 tax. Sikana the bank. I buy a 10 tax every year. And I was in the Debbie, Mikoya to the bottom. Ghana buys the way to bottom of a on your task. No, we now so the back to phone, so they are. And yet, 1.75%. What the two phones on now? What's it? I feel sending the mammy, I will cross the way I know the hospital. It was sending 200 Ghana. So I was sending a mamma, 200 Ghana. What's in my message? You cannot the hospital. What's in the tax? 1.75. But don't tell you. I feel what the Asha budget will say, under paragraph 347, was your few of the Yasha, a dry autonomy, who went to the mobile phone at all, who went to the card at all. In Soya, now third row, now the card, and now the phone that a drone of water also, or better task, 1.75. I feel your one brochure, what the part, no one gets can your friends, oh, mammy, are you? First, the camera, young family, one call hospital says, yeah. So, was sending the camera, the camera, the Ghana. Remittances, that's kind of remittances. And on the chicho may ye actual rate now, and ye yourself no remittances now boy pa because a back in the form of forest. Now a bab stabilize and man kakramaye. I feel not so bad. One more months are canning now, a boost to consumption. And Manuama Mutibitono, or Mutibitoni ye. It took American economy anymore. A dear Mugade pa, it's covered by our American man. If you won't be a kind of now by a years to come out, Sabaya, or consumption expenditure, and because of say, you know what, companies in our day, they will go. It is one of the Sikanaba, the only baby, Ghana buys or 1.75. Now, the students was Ogia. It's can't say what you could be. I guess all this get from Ghana economy. I buy the country, Jessica, as I return that percentage, say, Yafanko Kutia Eka. That could be the impact. I feel for Ghana Mrase, Kuyani, Usika Nikia Koko Kuyani, Untia tax. Income tax law exemption was a Koko Kuyani, the Untia tax. The reason being, the Koko no Toyano, Ghana buy the car Fabi, and San Yadu Bimano, and the San tax. I want the income from cocoa. But under this law, no, I might say under paragraph 689, was a cocoa ni biano, or by Yasha, you be Piauka, you be mobile phone. You the electronics in the Piauka. Now you Piauka, sir, once you bet your tax, no, 1.75. Says here, you can say, companies ni bebre ho the mobile money and the tuakua for car. If some tuakua for can all this can born say na kronfo ayede akoje enti wode no na tuanaka sa kua ni no ni sika na mrase ya nyene tax no yi levy we ebeji koko kua ni tax 1.75 na nanom ni amaye ni abrekase ya pa anti ya kan kase
Asempa FM. Asempa FM. Asempa FM.
Anytime I feel lonely, feeling sad, only one station makes me happy. When I wake up in the morning, only this station makes my day. Yeah. Oh, Asempa, Asempa, Asempa FM. Asempa, what's up?
Eti wa wo send this case here no. Put your to at the magan.
Asempa, Asempa FM. Asempa, Asempa, Asempa FM. 94.7.
Directory. Et one na bind them MTN no. Wo send this can say, "We seek na wanya, wo dey send no, san fa bi mame." Dia ye nwanwa kra ne say, "Abaya timita se awie mi sika da bank." Me kwa ko yi mi sika. Na me de ebi akota de. Eja bank ho lie wo ho. Eti me de ATM no kobo dan ho. Na me de yi mi sika. Se me de ATM na ko yi mi sika free bank ni nti. And also mean to tax 1.5, 1.75. Why? Now, what can you know about moi? Avanza this year, our budget 6.9 billion Ghana cedis our year levy. Or say, next year, no, year levy is called Gigiano. Ebeko record do 7.8 billion. Was it 2024? No, 2024, our budget almost 9 billion. After was it, Echo 2025, our budget 10 billion our year levy. Next, I'm going to say, or Tumukra.
Asempa FM.
The reason being that in the public here or more Juma, our more down call for dependency ratio no son into Obianya or best sending Kakrak and we are there a month for bay. By a bar bank or Cose, a my try of one share bino or my easy. Uganda, Diano, Uganda for agricultural policy. Under that agricultural policy, no, Okoji sees our the card netia. Enti obi abakwa GCC bia na do card atua eda yi levy no eba mu 1% per no sa program na gu ewo Uganda omo another facility where we need light ya the solar light beto dan no so na wutua tua kakra ye pay as you go ya de to so a won the tax no to so pay obi ko say mo metu tu free me fie na me na sumu me ntwintua sa tax no ama mo tutu sa de ni nyina ye dey efri ho no Ghana consumption sika wojo tax ye ka manfo nsama ye didi no eno na wo tax age 6.9 billion sika ye didi no sa woji 6.9 billion fi so na anya adwuma mo ma ani adi kotua ka wonim ni impact obia ability say ade otimi to no ontimi ntobio because other taxes no so anya impact e wo obia so se basa consumer spending back off form companies need to be fair adwuma afa na bi kran so ye dey egu sesia baby a yakogina no baby a Ghana akogina sesia no say anhwe na ya ne aban anka ne ye antwe aban nyina ye a yaman na du baby a ogie enye dey enye. Now back to the interest rate montie ne ye ayadan ye bedru ha 2017 7 January ebra ye wura mama hand over e dia man na Akufo-Addo no na Akufo-Addo nanum Bank of Ghana report say they can 120 billion. Sanya Yura Japo Kayano. Yenimsana interest 11.5 billion. Banana Akufo-Addo na
FM
by. Me person use on only figures no near the analysis. Was say Sabra now about toka 122 billion. The Bank of Ghana you want your fan of an idea. Yajiatu, what the 122 billion buy. I see Nana Akufo-Addo since one. Na Ghana 2016. Our Bosnia a kaya de hono. Na ye 14.1 billion. Ye nimsa na ye 13.5. Sanya John Kayano. But you found 14.1 billion. So 2016 Ghana de ka 122 billion. Na nunti ya kaseti ya John Mama say, what you Bosnia do? John Mama Thomas abato Ghana can 9.5 billion. 8 years. Omo Bosnia 112 billion at the count. 8 years 112 billion. Yes, Oma Bosnia do you be that. 8 years 112. Nana Akufo-Addo buy no. Out to September 2021. Ghana can do 341.8 billion. And see huna interest na near 14.1 billion. No. Say you 45.39 billion. Abusiafo a higher near general will be a say amount 341. Next year, what they almost 220 billion. And Abakaya Kaho. Say amount 220 billion. What you Bosnia? Now, when Timmy and Frank Cretia Juma Magana for Oko Jita 6.9 billion. Uber to the Cretia Juma 11 million. How can you do it? Say amount 220 billion. When Timmy and you kwaya. Uber to the 6.9 billion. And then you come a say amount 222 billion. Bosnia 220 billion. Now when you from Rantia Juma, now I catch them Rantia and say, Mama 6.9 they are met me.
Asempa FM.
Someone what yes Christo cry. Abusiafo. Nafe afen na munje hana muntie ni yo. John Mama no a waje one atamels efie nwotwe aje Bosnia 112.5. Ode the obato 9.5 billion ka ho no. John Mama the sikana wonya ye no. Aye adwuma semfa so beba ho. Ne du bra ye tua kana enkwala beba akire na anyedai amre. Senya ye wura John Japo ka ye no. Ebra wura John Mama bedi akonwa no. Ye beto oil no amna ba akopɛ owura kofo na ye gyae. Sa amna no oil sika na enyamu no. Na afi bia na yenya 6.4 billion. 6.4 billion. Eye sika yenya mu nyina no no. 6.4 billion. Amna no sika na de man no. Ena ye wura John Mama se da bi. Oman bia wo ye no wa invest ya wuntimi create jobs. Eti yemfa sika sha oil ni mu. Na ye increase oil production. Na ye ba mu ma oil no eba ya edinuma beba sika beba me ayo man yi. Ane ye koje ye ne amanfo ye agreement. Ana omni sika ye $7 billion. 7 billion US dollars. Ebe share Ghana oil mu. Ane ye nya oil no amna mienu ka ho. Ane da ye launch program no 2015. John Mama can say self investment wa ye 2017 sika ye nya no oil mu no ye ba bo ho miensa e wo man mu ne ye timi dia pagya o man impuntuo. Ye ka say John Mama age Bosnia 112 billion no. Sa 7 billion US dollars no e ye ka ye chakiti Ghana. Wonim de ntia. Ya nkwaje Bosnia o. Ye ne company na e ba ye oil ye agreement. Sa fa usika no ba ye oil no. Na wo ye na sa Ghana ya ntua ho ka.
Asempa FM.
Na just say enya kamayen. And a World Bank, for the first time in the history of Ghana, World Bank Babonten say, "Well, my Ghana guarantee, what dear Jamu, so we be allowed to seek about yes, oil a Jumano, say Ghana and Tia, World Bank Betria Magana, if so Ghana by this say, a Juma year. Well, we can be able to have our phone go. World Bank provides guarantee for Sankofa projects in Ghana. And I'm on by your man, 2016 year to by Lusu. 7 January, your handover. 2017 said the Ayan and oil production, oil filled me a Nuba Kaho. And the Sikano boom by it. Oil revenue, a bohum bear some and sa, our Ghana ha. And pa, I'm on another bed, your communion fianino. Sika 1 year free oil mo. Mama Bato 1 I failed now. On your 6.4 billion. On it, the 20.6 billion. Now, yes, from 6.4 billion, Mahama increasing by 14 billion just because of 7 billion investment now. Oh yeah. Now busiafo eya na ye ka kire ye nuanman before ya no muntie. I will say 2017 and the GDP growth and my GDP cost or GDP cost ro. Hwe. O say na GDP cost and my GDP cost ro. Wo hwe eyi ade agu he, how dey hwesu din o. 2017 GDP growth no. Me kiro ba bi efiri ba ye. Wa hunu ba bi a o yere hye no. Hwe o yere no. 2015 oil contribution na ye 2%. 2016 na ye negative. Ebra ayini mi enu ba ye no, field ni mi enu ba ye no. 2017 no ye nya 80.3. 80.3. Eti GDP growth for ye nya no 2017 a.
Asempa FM.
2017 ye nya GDP growth for minus ka cost no. Now ye investment wa hin. Wa wo say oil na de ba ye 80.3. Sao oil no, we investment January now would be akonwa no, and September no oil ne buy. The investment was done in 2015 by John Dramani Mahama. Abusiafo, John Mahama Bosiana, MPPD campaign say Jessica no. Apart from oil no, John Mahama making sure say, sa Bosia kakra na ban gia no. I was a region be a nyana chefa. Na investment na de ye no, se be ya nkwala na mu fra kire ba no. Mu ma ya adwuma nsa na motua ka no. Ya fa sika no nya agapade a eno abetua atua no hoka. Sa bosia ni bi, ene ye de ye kajetia market. Bosia ni bi no. Awira wo sam ne se, ye nuanu am before bi tibitena ha. No maka se bosia we kra no, se anya kajetia anya jamama na kwaje ye. Ye passing wo parliament. John Mama didn't say she had a quadrant. And the car said, Your Mama, Atamis about one. Kajetia can a day, a count. Kajetiano. And no quire Cassia, did you who's cabin Puntaria, a bedu 10 years, a bet your own carry, Ghana, and Ibia, struggle, say, who bet your tax, and Sanya Kupiasa can a day, every home. Sassi Canabi, and at your Mama J. idea Kumasi Airport at the Hasino. A day, yes, Yanino. I want to Kumasi, so, Nana buy no airport am I. Sikana a day airport no. John Mama Jessica no share Jumana say, eti John Mama Kana, aya 112. If you want to on it, Atamis bottle hono, Kumase airport Sikano say a day, a can't be. Abusiafo, and then me put it on record. Kumase propaganda no doso. Propaganda no doso. After the hospital, they see hono. Obi biara was say,
Asempa FM.
Sa aferi hospital no anya John Mama na je ye no afa ho nkrata amra na amanfo hunu bi na John Mama de onko je bosia ne afa kan so John aje bosia ne mo japade de yen kasa nya ndia adentia owura kofo nya adwene so be ye sa japade no omo je ho hihye ba sika ne nsanka e na ofura konwa so ye bedi akonwa no sa sika ne ye di akire ne nsanka John Mama say project no it must be done. Tiasako pesika and your restructure project in a year in Akama and your day after hospital Cassian see. Nananom, Sa hospital na DC no. Ya hihye mu concept 2017 bekwa wie no na ya commission project no. Sika na de project ya de to ho ma ye nuanu am before. Bosia na ya koje ye. Ya de bosia na ye project bosia na da ho contractor wa adwuma no ho. Adenti na besi na ye ntumi wie adwuma no. Why? Say ye wie adwuma we ya nipa do say na benya adwuma ye. Nipa do say na benya adwuma ye wa afare ho no. Anso wa ye say I was a region bia enya hospital baako. Regional hospital na ye no. And she shy the buy and say ye no as a referral point. Obi biara oba yaro region ni mu no. Yamfa nkwa akirichi na ho akɔkyerɛ da bi. Konfa no chi nipa no bro so bebre. Ye nya se hwia regional hospital na mfidie nyina gu ha. Wokɔ clinic bia na yare no mu ɔde a ye betumi do akɔ hɔ yare ama ye yi. Sa investment no. Owura Rollins and the status our project no. Sa region bia yenye hospital kase baako wo. Oye Sunyane Regional Hospital, oye Ho Regional Hospital, oye Cape Coast Regional Hospital, and ofra akonya so. And na mi gina Kumasi na eka say. Owura Rollins free so yewra akofo na bae. Enfie mo twe under president kofo ni nyina no. Regional Hospital ya anya baako kra wo Ghana.
Asempa FM.
Ante time mama so ba na san to aso. Ena Nana Akufo-Addo say Ghana region makuma kudunsia no. Your original hospitals on Kron, Afeno and Agenda 111, Obey 7 yaka ho. San 9 na wo ho no. Me catch obi a wo ha, wo wutie baabi a say 9 ni nyina NDC na si ni nyina. Obi a wo se me boa no, on kire baabi a wo. Abusiafo Bosia Mahama Jeye no. Enu bi ani ade ye hospital awo Kumawu no. Kumawu hospital no e ka Mahama ka no. Bakwai hospital no e ka Mahama Mesa ka no. Sa hospital Tapa hospital e ka Mahama ka no. Sa japade we nyina wo cheche se ye age Bosia ye fanya japade a enchirima no ebenya ho mfaso na kire bi no sa japade no tuaka na enkwala no so ho ayedai aharo mo. Enya hankwa no ye sa japade no all the regions baby abeko bia wo so ye japade Ashanti region ye blocks aye suku adan ya abosan to aso nan no Ashanti region kwan mama ko be dusia because my regional minister wa hamini baby aye nyina secondary school say wa Ashanti region mo nantim na musa say and awura mama ehnefa suku adan be ni besisi ye dormitories dining halls classroom mumisa ni nyina mumisa electricity mumisa kwan ye and awura mahama ani adwere say ensu aye no Kumasi yanso yen because you check here no na gallons of water Kumasi num no da bia no baraka sint me produce our water no into okase sanete dia ensu de e life yankope Bosia yeme desert baraka se na yemem na yem produce more water e me Kumasi fo nya nsuo no
Asempa FM
asa na Kumasi enya nsuo aye den ene ambi be dia konwan when the betia ka wa Asante mantem ha some people are buying at the nsuo no 1 gallon kura be ka ho Kumasi ha sei abusiafo eno da nchen a mamponsu a no monom no 1960s eno mo ye nsuo no operation anyini na mamponfo nya nsuo no mama say no yankwaje Bosia na ye nya nsuo se be ya mamponfo be nya nsuo ano entika 112 billion na ye kan wasem ebi na ye de nsuo ma mamponfo so nya nsuo in fact ye project is nsuo aye no ho no free 2025 to 2030 ansa na was yes expand because be so wo mo kopem sabre ansa na expand nsuo no baby a nsuo ho odene when I was the regional minister aye konongo Kumawu ena kwaw sa trikesi konongo kra de duru de a na ye the tankers ena twinsuo de ko ho se be ye ombenya nsuo ano ora mama say no yempa Bosia yemfa nya nsuo a san kromian san nyina ye beyi sa ha na fie no nya nsuo ano ti ye tansa kese o pepiase ena ye block nsuo no afram so and ye twinsuo no from hosa from Kumawu south to konongo abusiafo na wo aban na wo ye nhihye wei se be ye Bosia aban beje no directly o man ba na wo to manu benya ho faso a aban we wo adwe money abusiafo sa kunta we ni ebu a na ye throw simple challenge o harmless and na make Kumasi kwa me se me nkeka other regions in county akazo be kan other areas simple challenge Owura Mahama 112 billion no what in search the nyoma what ye nyina
Asempa FM
aban so 5 years efiri sa Ghana better ha efiri Kwame Nkrumah so aba besi jomama so no wo ka Bosia sa aban ni nyina gibo mu a na Akufo-Addo de mfie num agi Bosia che sa aban ni nyina bibajo mutie ni o or the 5 years agi Bosia che aban ya efiri Kwame Nkrumah fa wo die peso ebesi na nyina ana ye bisa se sa sika no pacho obi antie ha ye bisa se sa sika no e de be na aban ne de aye ubi sa de na de aye a inse se ye nuanom MPP fo be yi ano for purposes of accountability so yanso ye de bia ye sei no aham se NDC fo nka no kre mundi Ghana ha and Thomas Mahama saa bosia ya yeke 112 no ya de bi ye university ewo ho enya bi ne de ye university wo so manya enya bi ne de ye university ewo sunyan anya bi MPP aban betu de sense bo say ono so university ba ko Ghana eti yan NDC ya ban ne ba so ne ya bosia ya university ne ya bioma man kwala nya school akọ na nkwala na akosunya de owi anu abota akọtra radio school radio station was NDC na waje bosia si school ma me ko bi hunu nyanza no onima mamu abusiafo ende ebra NDC be di akonya no under Yewra Thomas nursing training schools are now Ghana na nursing training schools na 32 na 32 ebra ye fra akonya so no ye handle over nursing training schools na 74 sa 74 no
Asempa FM
a mission libi and started na ban so ebi wa nananom na hyase na ban so emu de abro 25 for the NDC aban na pace kaji asase esi sa schools no emebe ye nursing training schools sa nursing training schools na yesi ye no na ye botai ne say ye person kwala ne bebre ko school no na nkrase chip company yesisin bebrebe no ye nya nurses akọ ye adwuma ho na ba bia wo ho bia no wo so apom den ye tumi abọ ho ban MPP aban be bia konwa mfie num ni mfie nsia ne awura mu erikopoku na mejina Kumasi great hall na make say me ya nhwemu wo Ghana nyina no o ma wie nursing training ba ko pe e wo ba bia ni one e wo ba bia ni wo a wunnim ba bi foforo bi wo no ka kire ye esi school bebrebe nyina 42 ya nya de ye incompetent the odi fie numasi ba ko no o ye competent na dia wo mo dia da school kwala titru nurses and me stand one san matia ba me ma dia digression kakra bi e be so obi ahwe ni e fa no to me ho na obi anti bi ye nursing training schools no yesisi school dan ni wie no ya pese kwala no ko bebre ba ye fra bi quota system this otua alawa man kra no etu hwe budget a wo de be ya adwuma na sika dodo a betu atua no e na ade determine kwala dodo e be ko school enti ye hwe budget na budget de betu atua kwala 4000 allowance afena yesi oh any afi we be fa 4000 na 4000 ya chama schools no ti school bi o ha no wa dan betu afa kwala 500 enso quotenti ni amana kwala 150 ya facilities no ya investment no so if as well you let you solve this problem and NDC aban the Mahama
Asempa FM
sanity dia nursing training allowance this is your training allowance no ya be bro na mo makola na okọ school no I was still on yes ka odi be didi enti ya never to student loan scheme so na sika na odi didi ya san dia ma no na ya ma school na fa nkwala adodo sa ne obetumi aye den afa na nkwala bebre anya school na tumi aye den akọ na wo wie school na o starting say wo ye adwuma no na adwuma na wo ye no sabosum bia 20 Ghana ye betete na na sika na de ma na watua na ne nua bi nso anya bi aye den e de akobi allowance way you see hey mama say Ghana training alawa ye palawo and na training college fuoi esa line na wo ye winner and am power ye winner abuja for fatu of aside not all na
Asempa FM 94.7
one graph here that way a nursing and midwifery training colleges enrollment